With me,
This woman is fucking nuts. This woman is nuts.
What up? 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 Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Um, hold on. What is this? Yeah. So if you want me to stay on 2 hours,
This message is
if you want me to stay on it, if you want me to stay on 2 hours, I'm looking to meet a $15 live stream goal. Cash App and PayPal pinned to the top of the chat as well as in the description. Or you could do super chat, super sticker. That's the dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. Whatever you can give is greatly appreciated. $5 makes you the live stream sponsor, king or queen of the stream. Let's talk about the live stream title. I'm gonna start trying to do that the first thing. Um, Body count matters because men fucking said so, and that's the only thing that needs to be said about it. Because women don't get to set their own value on the dating market, and men don't get to set their own value on the dating market. Height and money matter because women said so. And we live in a society where women get to pick their own mate, and that's been disastrous, but it's the way it is. So since that's the way it is, yeah, women have that authority to say we want tall motherfuckers, we want motherfuckers with money, we want motherfuckers who exude masculinity. And it don't matter how much men try to rationalize it. Well, you can't help your height. It don't fucking matter. They want motherfuckers who above a certain height, and we gotta just live with that. That's their preference. That's most women's preference to have a guy who's a certain height. We gotta just live with it and try to work with it. Even though, short kings can't do nothing about it. They gotta try to get their muscles up or get their money up or try to offset it in another way. Same thing with body count. Yeah, body count matter because men said it matter, and we get to set your value on the dating market. The reason why they get so mad is once you already got a high body count, and ain't no going back. Can't help it. Just like the short man can't help that he's short. But oh well, try to work with it the best you can. See, the difference is a bitch with a high body count can get a boyfriend easily. All she got to do is sign up for any Tinder or Hinge, and there's some simp who will do it. Even if she lists she got 100 bodies on her profile, she could still get a boyfriend easily. A short man, that's a whole different ball game. He got an uphill battle for sure to get any woman to want to fuck with him. So that's why it's hard to feel sorry for women who have high body counts and like feel like it's hurting them on the dating market. Oh well, because you can still probably pull a pretty good guy, maybe a lower value guy or uglier guy or shorter guy or whatever, but you can still get a decent guy. See, women aren't really mad that men have a problem with high body count because women don't give a flying fuck about what 90% of men think. The reason why they mad is because the top 10 percenters care about high body count. That's what really pisses them off. They don't care if guys dismiss them that they ain't one anyway. Yeah. That's the end of the debate. Yes, body count matters because men said so, and men set women's dating market value on the dating market. End of discussion. There is no other debate. But let's get into this. Rare Breeze, let me know you in here with me. Tap in the live chat. Let me know you rocking with me. RB Gang, shout out to you. Shout out to the Wrenches. Shout out to RB Gang. Um, yeah, let's get into it. Everybody hit the like button.
Salute to the MABW team. I'm back with another video. Okay, so this video right here is popping up. Some of y'all may have seen it, some of y'all may have not. But some women are doing this video, and some of the women that like are decentering men or they have it out for men, they're loving it because they feel this lady right here who's supposed to be some type of, she has like open debates and forums about how a woman's body count doesn't matter. And let me tell you something right now. I don't care what any dating coach, woman guru, or what these women love to watch. Because women love to watch other women who help keep them delusional. They think it's a flex, but I don't care what anybody says. Oh,
I mean, yeah. This is what women act like they don't understand. It don't matter if all your girlies say body count don't matter if you're trying to find a man and be with a man. I mean, if you go on les, then yeah, it don't. Who gives a fuck what men think about body count? You're a lesbian. But if you straight and you want to be in a relationship with a man one day, and men say it matter, then it matter, bitch. But here's the thing, and I'm sure I'm gonna touch on this again throughout this video. There's no point in asking a woman her body count because she's not gonna tell you the truth. But you're gonna be able to see what her body count is the more you get to know her. You're gonna be like, something this woman ain't right. So in a sense, in that sense, body count doesn't matter because she's not gonna tell you what it is. But here's why body count does matter, because having a high body count makes you have certain characteristics that men aren't gonna like anyway. So trying to see how I can articulate this. Ran through women have more mental illnesses, I believe. Ran through women are more flighty. Like, just to name a couple, but there's gonna be other characteristics that come up that make you think like, yeah, she done been run through the ringer. She done been rolled hard and put away wet. I could just tell. They have a negativity towards relationships and men. You're like, oh yeah, I could tell you bitter and jaded from all the failed relationships and situationships and one night stands and dudes who didn't call you back. It's gonna show up. Your high body count is gonna show up in your actions and how you carry yourself and how you behave and how you react to certain shit. So you don't gotta tell me your body count. So in that sense, it don't matter. So that's another perspective.
Watch us, because women love to watch other women who help keep them delusional. They think it's a flex, but I don't care what anybody says. A woman's body count, it counts. Okay, you may not think it counts. These women that are think their gurus can make you think that it doesn't count and that they're no nonsense and they're not going to accept you not accepting them having a body count. But that shit counts. If you have a body count, you are what you are. Okay, respectfully. And honestly, I don't think men should get too uptight with it, because there's just like a select, I didn't even say a select few. There's just some women like this that are online that just feel this way and they want to get some type of arousal out of men. All right. I'm not going to talk anymore. Let's sit back, get into this damn video, and we'll talk about it. Y'all know I'm going to go.
Yeah, it's all for content. At the end of the day, it's all for content. And yeah, these women just want to argue with men. That's why I say ignore them. Don't call up on these chicks' shows and try to debate them. Debating with a bitch is a waste of time. Complete waste of time. She's not going to be like, oh yeah, you're right. I never thought about that. I'm actually going to change my position. That's a waste of time. You helping her platform out by coming on and arguing with her. Flat out.
There's just some women like this that are online that just feel this way and they want to get some type of arousal out of men. All right. I'm not going to talk anymore. Let's sit back, get into this damn video, and we'll talk about it. Y'all know I'm going to go in and do what I do. Let's get it.
What's your name?
Hi there, my name's Who.
Your name's who?
That's it.
WHO?
That's it.
I'll call you Tony. Tony, what topic are you here for?
So already right there, we starting with the disrespect. What up, Paulo? Yeah, we already starting with the disrespect. Blatant disrespect. You're already being rude. I said my name is Who. If I say my name is Who, then my name is Who. Now, I guess a respectful way would be like, do you have another nickname, a middle name, or what? Can I whatever? But I mean, no, you don't just tell somebody, I'm not calling you what you just introduced yourself as. Now continue on. What kind of shit is that?
What kind of shit is that?
So I mean, this is the point where you just hang up because you already know where this is going. She's about to try to completely control and railroad this whole conversation. She won't even allow me to have my name. So you already know where this is headed. But let's continue. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Hollow. Appreciate it.
Sit back, get into this damn video, and we'll talk about it. Y'all know I'm gonna go in and do what I do. Let's get it.
What's your name?
Hi there, my name's Who.
Your name's who?
That's it.
WHO?
That's it.
I'll call you Tony. Tony, what topic are you here for?
Well, there seems to be one. Body count doesn't matter.
Okay, that's my debate topic. It's a facts over feelings debate, not an individualized debate. It means I'm not debating you on you. That means we don't start a sentence with I think, I feel, my opinion, my experience.
So now you telling me what I can and can't say. Now you telling me we're gonna have a debate, but I can't use the word I and me. Like, I mean, I get what she's saying, but this is fucking ridiculous, and he should have hung up. Bitch, don't tell me what word I could use in a debate. So let's just start here. She's already a cunt, and I mean, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with her. And I mean, I already know she's nuts. Like, we can already just tell that. So she's not a likable person already. She's not a likable person. And I would be very surprised if she has a man that isn't completely miserable if she do got one. But I doubt that she even have one.
Well, there seems to be one. Body count doesn't matter.
Okay, that's my debate topic. It's a facts over feelings debate, not an individualized debate. It means I'm not debating you on you. That means we don't start a sentence with I think, I feel, my opinion, my experience. We discuss this in a factual or scientific way only. Are you here for a facts over feelings debate, Tony?
Sure, I'm just curious what you mean by body count doesn't matter in regards to
Okay.
what.
So when we're picking a long-term relationship, who you did or did not do is never more important than who you are.
Okay, yeah, okay, let's start there. Who you did or didn't do is not more important than who you are. But who you did and didn't do is a part of who you are. Your lack of discipline, your lack of self-worth, the fact that you don't feel like giving your body is sacred. Maybe you were in search of validation. It says a whole lot about who you are. Especially as a woman, your sexuality is a huge part of your just existence as a woman. There's no getting around that. From pregnancy to who you had sex with to your relationships with men is going to be directly tied to sex. How you reproduce directly tied to sex. How people in the world treat you is directly tied to your sexuality. There is no getting around that sexuality is a huge part of womanhood. Anybody claiming that is absurd. So who you decided to grant your basically, how do I want to word this? How do I want to word this? You decided to grant your most valued asset based on how most people feel, your womb, who you gave it to and how many people you gave it to says a ton about who you are. So an argument to say, "Oh, who and how many people I had sex with says nothing about me," is fucking ridiculous. And you're already a discredited person already in the debate by claiming something that's so nonsensical. I mean, don't get me wrong. Let's be clear. It says a lot about a man too. This nigga just been slanging dick to every bitch who willing to take it. That says a lot about that man. It does. His lack of discipline, his lack of, we could say, character, lack of control. Says a lot about that man. Now, okay, now let's take a look at this list real quick. Let's break down what we can see on this list. And I'm gonna break down what men care about and what men don't care about. Everybody hit the like button, please. If you see in this video, if you hear the sound of my voice, please hit the like button. Okay. Um, First thing on the list, honesty. Yeah, that's good. A man want an honest woman. Respect. I guess respectful. Yes. A man want an honest, respectful, loyal woman. Trustworthy. Yes, she got that one right. Did she say is that patience? Patient. You got that one right. Responsible. She got that one right. Understanding. Yes, she has good values and she has good goals. She's kind, generous, funny. Yeah, funny is cool. Yeah, these are all good. Compassionate. This is a good list. I ain't gonna front. Thoughtful. Yep. Now, empathetic. Yes, but one she got wrong was work ethic. But you know what? I'll give her that one too, because we don't want a lazy bitch. Even if she at home taking care of the kids, you want a bitch who gonna get shit done. So this is a great fucking list. Okay, now let's talk about this. Can a woman have had sex with 100 guys and have all these things? I would say, well, not all of them. Okay, her values are a little off. If she was passing her pussy around like Christmas cookies, yeah, values are a little off. Thoughtful. I don't know how thoughtful she is if she was passing her pussy around like Christmas cookies. Yeah, I don't know how patient she is. If she couldn't be patient enough to vet a guy before she gave him her pussy, that this wasn't gonna be her long term mate. But let's let her cook. Let's let her cook.
So, when we're picking a long term relationship, who you did or did not do is never more important than who you are. We define ourselves to know what we deserve. We spend minimum 3 months of observation. Doesn't matter how many people we slept with in the past. No kissing, no sex, no sleepovers, no exclusivity when picking a long term relationship. Observation before selection means we find out who you are first. And if you're not what we want, we simply get rid of you. If you are what we want,
Okay, now that's just in general, she's pretty much saying. So she's pretty much saying if, and this is not realistic if you think about it, because within 3 months, for the most part, people are usually sleeping with each other. Okay.
Okay, let me put this out here. Fellas, don't be thirsty for pussy. Don't be thirsty for pussy, fellas. That's a lot of our problems. I'll be honest. I'm cool waiting 3 months. Well, okay, that's a contradiction to things I've said in the past. So let me how can I reframe this? Okay, let me put it like this. First off, I'm not taking a bitch on a date until I get to know her a little bit. It's the 3 hour rule. Talk on the phone with a woman for a total of 3 hours, however long that take, before we go out on a date. I need to get to know you. I really want to get to know you. It's cool if we spread it out amongst 2 weeks. And we talk 20 minutes here and there for over 2 weeks until we get to 3 hours. I'm gonna see what your patterns are. If you consistent, you can tell a lot about a woman just by observing her for a week. Far as just talking on the phone for a week. If you can't even ever get her on the phone, let me word it like this. If a woman's genuinely interested in seeing what's up with you, it's not going to be hard to get her on the phone. Really, 5 out of those 7 days a week. I'm not saying y'all got to talk every single day, but you know what I'm trying to say. You're going to see the pattern in a week. You're going to see the pattern in a week. If you can't get her on the phone for 30 minutes for at least 4 times in a week time frame, she ain't on shit. She ain't serious about it. She ain't that damn busy, because if she that damn busy where we can't have 4 30-minute conversations in a week time, she don't have enough time to date. Same thing for a man. If you can't get a man on the phone for 30 minutes, for 4 times in a week, he can't prioritize dating. If he can't prioritize 30 minutes to the woman who's gonna be the quote unquote the love of his life and he gonna build a life with, that nigga ain't ready to date. I would tell my daughter that. Before you go on a date with a man, see what's up for a week. Try to call him every day for a week and see how many times you can get him on the phone to have a conversation throughout a week. And okay, if I was giving advice to my daughter, I would say don't blow up his phone all week. Or okay, let me put it like this: don't blow up his phone with texts and calls. Maybe text him good morning in the morning and leave it at that, and then call him at night. See what time he get off work every day, or you could even ask him when y'all first get the number. What's your free time at night? If he feel like he's being vague, like he don't well, I don't know, I gotta see, it depend on the day, they on bullshit. They on bullshit. Now, because look, I'm gonna be real. I see both sides. This is what happens on both sides with men and women in the dating process. And this is why dating is dumb. You shouldn't really even still be dating over 22. That shit is for kids. Dating. What up, Divine Photos? So look, both sides feel like, well, I don't know if this is going anywhere or not. So I don't want to start telling you my schedule and shit and where I live and where I be and when I be, because I don't know you like that yet. I might not like you after the first conversation. So no, I didn't see your Divine Photos. So look, we're both being a little hesitant. But see, this is the whole thing about having walls up. Look, I get it. Yeah. But if you talk to a person a couple times and you ain't feeling them, just tell them you ain't feeling them. If they keep blowing you up, block the number. It ain't that deep. I ain't saying you got to tell them where you live and all that. But when you first get somebody number at the bar or on a dating app and y'all first contact each other, y'all texting a few times, let's just say, um, if we plan on continuing to talk, there's no problem with me asking you, okay, well, what your week usually look like? Usually, what days you work? Well, that can seem a little invasive if you just met somebody. Um, so because even me saying it sounded cringe, so I'm trying to see if there's another way to ask it without coming across that way. Um, maybe you could word it like this. What up, X? Um, okay, we might get to that Divine Photos. If we don't, I'll try to look at some of it later. But yeah. So here's a way you could ask. If the first conversation or text thread or whatever go good after you first get a woman number, y'all first start talking, just ask her when are good times to contact you or hit you up, just to chop it up sometime. I mean, you don't got to tell me your whole schedule or nothing, but when are good times or good days to, hit you up if I want to chop it up with you or something. Something like that. And if a motherfucker being super vague, well, I don't know, we'll see, then no, I'm cool. I'm not here to play games. I'm dating intentionally. That goes for men and women. I'm not here to we'll see. I mean, if you want to get to know me, you could, the very minimum, you could let me know. All I'm asking is what are good times or good days for me to hit you up if I want to give you a call and chop it up with you for a second. If you can't tell me that after a good exchange, then I'm cool. You're not intentional. Cause you could just put it like this. Look, it's cool. Like if we talk the next time we talk and you ain't feeling the vibe, then we could stop talking. You could be completely honest with me. I'm not gonna be butthurt, or you could just block me. It ain't that deep. Don't worry, I ain't gonna stalk you or nothing. So yeah, you should be able to talk to a person a few times in a week time period of 20, 30 minutes, 3, 4 times in a week, or just cut it off right there. So oh, I was getting to this point. So with me personally, by the time I take a woman on a date, she already kind of a rare breed right there. Even if it still don't work out, and even if she still turn out to be a punk bitch, she was still a cut above all the other punk bitches by the time she get on a date with me. Okay. So as far as paying for the first date, okay, first off, the first date is gonna be cheap. So fuck it, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. Fuck it. $50 max, if not 25, if not free, free to 50, free to 50. Nick says that means she's not interested. That scheduling shit, if Chad calls, her schedule opens up like the pearly gates for Jesus. Facts. Yeah, I don't want to hear that busy shit. Fellas, don't give women no room to say they busy. Well, okay, well, you too busy today. God bless you. I hope you find what you're looking for. I'm not with that busy shit. People make time for what they want to make time for. But see, how can I put this? I'm not really interested in getting to know a woman who dates multiple guys at once. I understand why people date multiple people at once because this person could flake, or I mean, because dating is so flaky these days. I totally get talking to more than one person at once because one could blow up any second now. I get it. But to me, it's like bad faith dating. It's like bad faith dating. But okay, to be fair, you can't expect that after you just got a chick number. I'm the only dude you talking to. You just got her number. So I wouldn't expect to be the only dude that a woman is talking to after I just got her number. But um I would say after a week of us talking on the phone and then we went on a date that weekend, at the end of that week, yeah, I want to know like what's up. We don't I'm not asking to be exclusive, but we talked on the phone for 3 hours, we went on a date. We pretty much got a vibe for each other. So, if you still want to talk to other guys, you know, for the next few weeks or few months while we get to know each other, then I'm cool. Cause yeah, I'm dating with intention. So yeah, I'm cool. I mean, if you haven't gotten to know what you need to know over us talking on the phone for 3 hours over a week's period and going on a date, then yeah, I don't got nothing else for you. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me play something. I'll be right back. But the point I was trying to make with all that is I'm kind of cool with waiting 3 months for sex, even though that kind of contradicts something I said before about if a bitch ain't fucking you after 3 dates, she don't like you and move on. But we'll dive into it when I get back.
Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night, but for now, let's get into the video.
I think something that is super lost in today's dating scene is that people just don't know how to court correctly. Here's the tutorial. You're gonna find a girl's Instagram and you're gonna like 3 old photos. And then she's gonna go on your page and like 3 of your old photos. You're gonna follow her. Then she'll follow you back. She'll post a couple stories. You're not gonna like the one that it's a thirst trap. You're gonna like the one where she's like reading a book or something. She'll like one of your stories. The next time she does something like that, you're gonna swipe up and be like, oh, she's cultured. Obviously how you get a boyfriend and a girlfriend. Like, please guys, like, it's not rocket science.
It is to me because I didn't quite get one small thing. Am I supposed to go, oh, she's cultured because she's reading a book or because she's posting a thirst trap? Other than that, easy enough. Have an Instagram account and resist the urge to like the thirst trap. Do I want to get involved with anyone posting thirst traps? Well, obviously, because how else am I gonna court correctly?
Does anybody else have those random people on Instagram that basically they added because they matched on Hinge and then you were like, oh, add my Instagram, whatever. So you've got them on Instagram, but then you've never met up with them. You don't actually know who they are. So you just have them on Instagram now. And then a few weeks go by, whatever, you forget they exist. And then they start posting stories of a girlfriend, love of my life, heart emojis. I'm like, I'm done, because I wasn't going to give you that. So, fair play to you. You really said, I want a girlfriend. And 3 weeks later, you've bloody got one. Well done, love of my life. Where the hell's mine?
Hasn't been born yet, or got rejected by you a few years back and now he's married to the love of his life. It's funny watching men adapt. They decided they want to have Instagram followers, and not that they can't post bikini pictures, because they can, but since no one wants to see that, they have to try to get followers in a different way. The easiest way they found was to go on dating apps where the strong and independent who need no men are. They get them as Instagram followers that way.
Actually, no, I'm not done. We are literally here because people don't listen to victims, people don't believe victims, and people don't believe women and girls. You didn't listen during Gamergate when women said.
And that's the end of the conversation. And that's not why people don't listen to women, that's why I don't listen to you. Because I'm not much of a gamer, but a casual gamer, and I know exactly what Gamergate was. In case you have no idea, in 2014, around that time, a bunch of female game developers started sleeping with gaming journalists to get higher reviews so they can sell their games. So basically, they were getting for free. All the gamers were getting for $50, $60, $70 and not even in the fun way. So again, if you're gonna use that to complain about people not listening to women, you are exactly the reason why.
If you find yourself in your 20s and you're worried, what happens if I'm single and I never find my person? And that's your worst case scenario. I'm here to show you what your worst case scenario looks like. I'm 39 and about to be 40, and I'm single. I've never married, never been engaged. I used to think this was my worst case scenario, and now it's not. I live in my beautifully decorated apartment. I have unlimited cats. I can adopt as many cats as I want. I can get 6 more of these cats, and I don't have to ask anyone. I could also adopt as many chihuahuas as I would like. I have girl dinner almost every single night of the week, except for today, for example.
Okay, yeah. So at this point in my life, if I'm talking to a chick, it's not to get some pussy. See, it all depends on what your dating intentions are. If you like T Orlando and your main thing is just trying to get some pussy, then yeah, I wouldn't wait more than 3 dates to, try to fuck a chick. But see, I'm not even wasting all that time, energy, and effort to go on 3 dates with a woman who I'm just trying to fuck. If that's the case, I'll just spend $100 on a prostitute and keep it moving. So if I'm taking you on multiple dates, it's because I genuinely like you as a human. I'm not really tripping off getting the pussy. But once again, like I said, it's somewhat of a contradiction because in the past I said if she ain't giving buns after 3, then flee. Um, that's not a bad rule per se. I guess I'm more thinking about young people, I guess. But yeah, if you dating some 30-plus-year-old woman for some reason and she trying to wait 3 months before she has sex with you, yeah, it's a huge red flag because you didn't fuck niggas in a day, you didn't fuck niggas in a week, but now I gotta wait 3 months. But the main point that I'm trying to make is I'm not really tripping off the 3 months. I can wait 3 months, is what I'm saying. Now, should I wait the 3 months? Probably not for over 30-year-old woman. But look, the ultimate point I'm trying to make with this whole section, with me talking, is men shouldn't be pressed for sex. When if I'm getting to know a woman and she's saying she don't want to have sex for 3 months, but I'm liking her company and she's willing to pay for dates, go back and forth on paying for dates, so we ain't both it ain't just me wasting 3 months of money on dates when she ain't really feeling me like that anyway. Then yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool continuing to kick it with her if we enjoying each other company and time. I'm not pressing her for sex. If it happened, it happened. If it don't, it don't. X says the problem isn't the weight, it's the expectation of boyfriend treatment while she doesn't do any of the girlfriend treatment on her end. I mean, yeah, I agree. So I'm a little conflicted on the issue, but the main point I wanted to bring is don't be tripping about trying to hurry up and get sex. But Notorious Nig says courting was never meant for non-virgins or the unsupervised historically. I agree. Families have both initial and final say. Courting is a dead practice. I agree. It is. It is. I agree. Um brought this up. I kind of want to dive in on this. Okay, you meet a 30-year-old woman, right? And she passes the phone conversation, the 3-hour phone test. And we go on a date. And I'm feeling her on a date. Keep in mind, this is a 30-year-old woman. Then I'm feeling her on a date. And then we go on 2 more dates. And I'm still feeling her. I mean, yeah, at that point, so let's just say this is 3 weeks then passed by that point. And I was looking for a serious girlfriend, and for some reason, I was gonna pick a 30-plus-year-old woman because I'm just feeling her. I'm feeling like she's the exception to the rule. Um, I guess after 3 or 4 weeks, if we've been consistently talking, consistently dating for a month. At that point, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be like, well, what we doing? I mean, we don't gotta necessarily rush into a relationship. And she may have a rule of I only have sex with men I've been in a committed relationship with. Um, After a month, if she said, the reason I don't want to have sex yet is I've only I only have sex with men I'm in a committed relationship with. My question would be, have you ever had sex outside of a committed relationship? And if she says no, all my 5 boyfriends, you know, had to wait until we're in a committed relationship to have sex with me, and most of the and that's usually, 2 or 3 months. Then you know what? I would respect it. But if she said, "No, I've had my phase where I just was didn't know. I'm not waiting." Well, okay, let me take that back. Let me take that back. Y'all know how I say live out girlfriend at best. If I think she cool over 30, she keep passing on my test, and she say she want to wait, I'll wait. Cause she ain't cause this is not gonna be anything serious anyway. You're gonna just be a live out girlfriend at best. So it don't really matter. It's not that important one way or another. Cause we ain't getting married, we ain't moving in, and we ain't having kids. So it's cool. I'll wait 3 months. I ain't tripping. As long as I'm liking your company, we could keep rolling. Let's get back to the main video.
You want?
Okay, now that's just in general. She's
Sure, I'm just curious what you mean by body count doesn't matter in regards to what.
So when we're picking a long-term relationship, who you did or did not do is never more important than who you are. We define ourselves to know what we deserve. We spend minimum 3 months of observation. Doesn't matter how many people we slept with in the past. No kissing, no sex, no sleepovers, no exclusivity when picking a long-term relationship. Observation before selection means we find out who you are first. And if you're not what we want, we simply get rid of you. If you are what we want.
Okay, now that's just in general. She's pretty much saying, so she's pretty much saying and this is not realistic if you think about it, because within 3 months, for the most part, people are usually sleeping with each other. Okay. But she's saying pretty much it's facts over feelings. If you meet somebody without knowing their body count just yet, and you base it off of like what they've told you, as far as you getting to know them without knowing their body count yet, you would absolutely like them. Okay. So I just want to make sure that this is clear. Put body count aside for now. You don't know this lady's body count. Fellas, she don't know your body count or whatever. But usually for the men, let's be real, like body count isn't like we're stretching out a hole. You could catch something, let's be clear. But women, you're stretching something out. But she's saying facts over feelings. So don't worry about the body count right now. You're just going off of the fact that this person is like this, what you like, what you see in them, and you're basing it off of that right now. Now let's keep it. Now let's keep it pushing.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Okay, I would be willing to wait 3 months. And it's not even like it's this timer clock. It's just look, whenever we fuck, we'll fuck. It's not that serious for me. But I will say this: after 3 months, it's time to it's time to bounce at that point. If y'all been kicking it and hanging out and feeling the vibe for 3 months, and she don't know after 3 months if she want to be your whatever y'all go, I guess let's just call it girlfriend, be your girlfriend or take it to that next step, then yeah, you got to bounce at that point. Because what we doing now? You look, I done showed you everything I can show you in these 3 months. So whatever you, if you still need to see something after 3 months, I'm just not your guy. And I agree, T. Orlando. The only women who say body count don't matter are women with big body counts. Period. Or a woman who's trying to impress the girlies and just say it to just for the sake of feminism's sake. So yeah, T. Orlando, we were having a debate, like, because I know I said in the past, if she makes you more, if she make you wait more than 3 dates, then skate. If you ain't getting no buns after the third date run, um, and I don't know, I'm conflicted. I'm a little conflicted because I was trying to make a point that I'm not really tripping off getting the buns. Like us kicking it is not really just about me getting buns. If that makes sense to anybody, like it is a solid rule, especially if you dating a woman who has had sex with men, you know, on the first night or first week or whatever. Um, like I said earlier, I brought you up earlier to Orlando. Like, if you just looking to get some buns, I mean, you'd be better off probably. Come out cheaper and just less time, effort, and energy. If you just bought a prostitute at that point. Wait, okay, now T Orlando is saying if you hit after 3 dates, she ran through. Wait, what? Okay, so now I'm confused about what your take is, T Orlando. You saying if the guy do get the pussy after the third date, she ran through? So wait, are you saying that that the woman should wait longer than 3 dates? Is that what you're saying, T Orlando? You saying only a hoe would have sex with a man after 3 dates? Yeah, let's take it slow with this. Let's take it slow. Let's go back to the core principles here. My core principles on this channel. If a woman is single after 25, she's probably ran through in 2026. Okay, now T Orlando is saying the third date is quick. I mean, look, we don't even got to go there. I'll put it like this. If a woman is single after 23 in 2026, just use 30. Fuck it. I don't even want to say that. Okay, a woman could be 30 and just not be a good woman. And maybe she had 4 serious relationships and none of them worked out. And that's a huge red flag in itself. But it don't she might not necessarily be ran through, but I guess it depends on what your definition of ran through is. Is four sexual partners ran through? Okay, so T Orlando says I would hit, but I wouldn't invest in a woman who let me pipe after 3 dates. Okay. So there's so many different. We could simplify all this shit. So, but first, I want to get y'all opinion on this. What is ran through? What number correlates with ran through? That's what I want the fellas to let me know in the comment section. What is officially ran through? What number is associated with ran through? Because I think most men would agree on this. If we not looking to take her serious, it really don't matter what her body count is, as long as she don't got a STD. I mean, if I'm just looking for somebody to hang out with and fuck casually, I really don't care what your body count is, as long as you clean. Okay, we got two different answers. T Orlando says 4 partners before 20 is ran through, 6 before 25 is ran through, 8 before 30 that's ran through. Okay, okay. And King says 5 or less by 30 is not ran through. Okay, let me give my opinion. What is ran through? Okay, let me make this distinction. Okay. If a woman is 30 and had 5 serious relationships, which is a red flag, by the way. So we could just start there. But anyway, she's had sex with 5 dudes by 30, and they were all serious relationships that lasted at least what's that? At least 2 years. Let's just say a year. They were all serious relationships that lasted at least a year. Okay. I wouldn't label that as ran through. Yeah, I associate ran through with like a bitch who was just a hoe. She was just a flat out hoe. She was like, you know what I mean? So if a woman is 40 and has sex with 10 men, but they were all serious relationships, I still probably wouldn't call that ran through. Once again, because I associate ran through with just some bitch who was just out here like that. Yeah. So let me just put it like this. Word it like this. There is no reason why a woman should ever have sex with more than 10 men. I don't give a fuck if she's 72. There is no reason why a woman should have a body count higher than 10. Period. Fucking period. I don't give a fuck if she 89. There is no reason because my belief is that a woman should only have sex with one man her whole life. If we really want to talk about like the core standards. And then y'all know my other standard is, to me, if she's had sex with more than 2 men before you, because you would make 3, then I would flee. So, okay, if we really want to get technical, like I said, there is no reason for any there is no reason a woman should have a body count higher than 10, period. Now 10 is high, but if it go past that, yeah, if we wanted to put a title on ran through, 11 is officially ran through at any age. By the time you had sex with 11 men, you ran through. Well, you know what? Let me take that back. Let me take that back. I want to get more strict. Let's get more strict. There is because husbands can die, motherfuckers could leave you, but even with all that, even with husbands dying and motherfuckers leaving you for no good reason, he just got tired of you, even though you was a good woman. Look, bear with me. I'm working through it in my head as we speak. I'm working it through my head as we speak. Leave it at 10. Because if I'm counting, she's 80, 90. She had a couple husbands that passed, maybe a couple dudes throughout the history that left her. Leave it at 10 is my max. But even with that 10, it gotta be like some crazy situations in there. It gotta be some deaths in there for it to be somewhat justified for you to have a 10 body count as a woman. There gotta be a couple of deaths. But let's really dive in. Really, a woman's body count should never be over 1, but I can give a pass. Um, the story behind the bodies matter. What's ran through everybody. So yeah, the stories behind the bodies matter. And then did the man just cheat on her and leave her? That matters because that was out of her control. If a motherfucker just said, I'm tired of you, bitch. I'm just and start fucking with another woman or something, that's kind of out of your control. If a woman tell me, I mean, I had my flaws, but I mean, I didn't cheat on him. I treated him right. I mean, but he just got tired of me and left me for another woman. That happens. I ain't gonna lie, act like that don't happen. That definitely happens. So that's kind of out of the woman's control. Granted, she picked him, but I'm like, I can give a bitch one or two of those. You know, she might have learned her lesson. Then she got married, but that would be 3 bodies. Then her husband died. That would be 4. So really 5. I'll give a bitch 5 without judgment. I ain't gonna call you no type of hoe. I ain't gonna say you ran through. If you got 5 bodies at any age, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Once it start getting higher than 5, you got a lot of explaining to do, Lucy. You got a lot of explaining to do after 5. But let's go back. In my opinion, a woman's pair bonding ability is highly questionable after 3 sexual partners. So that's when I would start to kind of get out of there, as far as anything serious. Um, so okay, to give a definitive answer. Well, yeah, I agree. T. Orlando age count. If she got 5 bodies by 19, yeah, that's ran through. No, because I still got to hear the story. Still got to hear the story. But here, okay, this is what we'll say: 6 to 10 is ran through, depending on the story, and then anything more than 10 is just ran through. Period. So 6 to 10, let me hear the story. Anything above 10, you ran through, no exceptions. Wait, what? Orlando says if a woman has one every 2 years, which is way below normal, a woman would have damn near 8 by 30. One every 2 years. Yeah. But yeah, one every 2 years is crazy. Cause see, this goes back to what I say all the time. This is what I say. There really is no good reason for a woman to be single past 25. Something is seriously wrong if she's single past 25. Your first boyfriend was at 15. That's 10 years of dating failure. Something is seriously wrong. So, okay, let me simplify it. Let's make this shit all so simple. Let's do this. Bear with me, bear with me. We figuring this shit out. We figuring out these big life questions as we go. Okay. Body count, the importance of body count is heavily dependent on age in this sense. All right. If she's under okay. What's a woman's body count is over 2, let's just say 3. Fuck it. Let's say 3. Let's say 3. Or 4. We'll say 4. Once a woman's body count is 4 or more, it doesn't really matter at that point. If she's over 25, if she's 25 or over with 4 or more, I mean, at this point, it really don't. You dealing with the same type of beast. From 4 to 40, I mean, if she got 40, then you dealing with a different type of fucking beast. But the point that I'm trying to make is, if she's 25, oh, hold on, I'll be right back, y'all. I'll be right back. I know this is a cringy stream because I'm scatterbrained and this shit is sounding convoluted. But we're gonna get to the bottom of it and make a concise point when I get back. Like,
My friends randomly asked, "Do you want to go out to happy hour?" And I said, "Yeah." I don't have to check with anyone. I don't have to plan with anyone and think, "Gosh, can I go to happy hour? Like, what are you gonna do? Is that okay?"
Say no more, I'm convinced. I was already convinced that unlimited cats, but as soon as you said chihuahuas, I was 100% convinced you are crushing it in life. These people are 5 years old in adult bodies. These are the same people who are calling a fish a wet pet. 5 years old in adult bodies. Unlimited cats and a happy meal? That's everyone's dream before they turn 10. If you're a young woman and you want a romantic relationship, change your mind because you can have unlimited cats? Why is it so important for these older lunatics to try to ruin younger women's lives? I know misery loves company, but it has to be something more than that.
Say it with me. We are no longer romanticizing bare minimum. 2026, we're not accepting it. If it's bare minimum, that's how it gets treated. I so easily found myself like slipping down this rabbit hole of romanticizing this bare minimum man. And it was because we'd been on a pretty nice first date. We got on really well. Decided we would go on a second date. He never really managed to plan one. He wasn't available for months, but yet still wanted complete exclusivity, which I don't agree with. We've already talked about that. And there were so many red flags, so much odd behaviour, passive-aggressive thumbs up as opposed to actual adult human grown-up conversation. And yet I still found myself being like, but he did remember to text me and say good luck when I had exams. And that was it. That was enough for me to be like, maybe he's the one. He wasn't the one. He's gone. He's in the bin. He actually binned me, which, you know, that made my life easier. Didn't like the idea that I might date other people whilst he was busy until March. But I just think romanticising this bare minimum has to stop. Normal human bare minimum behaviour, it's in the bin. We're not acknowledging it anymore. You do not get an applaud for being bang average. And I think that's a mentality that everybody has to adapt if we're going to actually make it in this world of dating.
How in the world they even imagine this is a flex? We are no longer romanticizing the bare minimum like the strong, independent women that we are. And then she goes on and uses an example that she should have never used. Oh, so he maybe wanted a long-term relationship, but I wasn't about to be exclusive, so I gave him the Netflix and chill with him without even whining me and dining me first. And then, hey, lucky me, he dumped me because I maybe started to become an inconvenience when I started to ask for maybe a McDonald's. Do they really think stories like this one make them look good?
I think one thing that we don't talk about enough or hit on enough to my liking is male pick-me's. We are in a real male pick-me epidemic. Like, this is a real problem that this country is facing. So let's talk about it. It's actually one of my least favorite forms of male pick-meism. Say a couple is doing a video, right? The girl's recording herself doing like an outfit check, or like she's just thirst trapping or something.
As everyone should. Can you even call yourself a woman if you're not thirst trapping? But please do go on.
You see the boyfriend in the back and he's just like, and he's looking at her like he's giving her that look, but it's so overly exaggerated to the point where you know he's only looking at her because he wants all the comments to be like, oh my god, look at the way he looks at you. Oh my gosh, I need my man to look at me like that. And I know not all guys do this on purpose. Like, I know it's not all performative. Some guys genuinely look at their girl that way, and that's cute. But I swear to God, I can always clock when it's actually like genuine or performative.
Oh, I bet you do, because how can you not? All you need is to see a guy in a video he's not even recording to realize that he's performative. But I wonder if there's a connection there with the performative type when the girls are posting thirst traps. Ah, well, who knows, right?
Another form of male pick-meism that I absolutely hate, and I don't know if other people could pick up on this, but this one I could smell from a mile away. It's when guys make content, but it's not just any type of content. Every single one of their videos, they are so clearly pandering towards women. Like, it'd be the type of guys who post stuff like, as a man, there should be no situation where you raise your voice at a woman. And like, yeah, true. That's very true. But
the word "but" kind of invalidates that.
Yeah. I wonder if I can. What up, Lauren? What up, Lauren? Let's see if we can get this figured out. Body count, body count, body count. All right. 25 years old or younger. How many people we got in here? 25 years or younger. No more than 3. Now, let's just say, okay, no more than 3 bodies. You might still be able to work with this and still turn things around. She's still fairly young, maybe she made a couple mistakes when she was 17 and 19, learned her lesson or something. Look, you might still be able to work with this. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do this. 30 years or younger, no more than 3 bodies. You might be able to salvage this. All right? She's questionable. Let's just say she's 30 with 3 bodies. She still got some splaining to do. She might be able to do something with this, all right? But keep in mind, like, single at 30 with 3 bodies, like, something's wrong here. You're taking a big risk and a big chance, even with this scenario that I have highlighted right here. She's 30 years old with 3 bodies. There's something seriously wrong with this. But you might be able to work with something. You know what? Let's do this. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Bear with me. I know it's annoying that I keep flip flopping and it's convoluted, but just let's get this shit figured out. 30 years old or younger with no more than 3 to 5 bodies. You might be able to salvage this. Maybe. You behind the 8 ball, but if you want to try to do it, you could make a justification to do it. Okay? Um hmm, let's see. Let's up it. Let's just do 3 to 10. 10 is crazy. 10 is fucking crazy. So let's just go 3 to 5. You might be able to do something with this and actually take her serious. But see, I don't know if I could I don't know if I could suggest that a man like try to like marry this. Well, I don't condone marriage at all, period. But I couldn't tell a man to marry and have kids with this chick. This is live out girlfriend at best. So let's talk about what we could actually take serious. If a man insisted, I'm getting married, RB, and I'm having kids, no matter what you say, I wouldn't advise this. This is live out girlfriend that you're working with, and she's on a fucking rental plan as long as she act right. That's what this is. 30 years old, 25 to 30 years old, with 3 to 5 bodies. Live out girlfriend is at best as long as she's acting right. Okay. Now, what we're gonna do next is a woman that you could potentially, if you insist on getting married and have kids, this is the woman you could take serious if you insist when it comes to getting married, buying a house, and having kids. I'm gonna go 25 or younger. I agree, Mr. Dunham. He says women often, but not always, lose respect for the man after kids. Facts. And I'll say this: women usually lose respect for the man for some reason or another. Period. Over a, I mean, let's just say over a 10-year period, it's a really good chance your wife isn't going to respect you no more for one reason or another. If it ain't the kids, it's because you leave the cup on the table too much. You don't cut the TV off at night when you fall asleep on the couch. There's going to be something by the 10-year mark that she doesn't respect you anymore. Point blank, period. And that's what's so great about live out girlfriend at best, no marriage, no kids, no cohabitation. And you make sure she know, bitch, you on a short leash. If you fuck up, you out. Always maintain all leverage. Let me just put that in caps. Maintain complete leverage. That's the way you handle these bitches. To where it works out for you for 50 years. It's the only way, in my opinion, is to maintain complete leverage. And the only way to contain complete leverage is no cohabitation, no kids, no marriage. You could walk away clean at any second, and she has to know that. And she has to know you can get something else. Or she has to know that even if he can't get something else, this man still got the balls to leave me. That's how you maintain full leverage, and that's how you get what you want and keep a woman somewhat respecting you for 50 years. It's the only way until somebody else bring me something else. But okay. um okay, what you can take serious if you insist on getting married and having kids, 25 or younger, with a body count of, preferably a virgin, of course, but a body count of 2 or less. You know what? I'm gonna up it a little bit. I'm gonna give a little leeway. 27 or younger. I'm gonna give a little leeway. 27 or younger, with a body count of 2 or less. I'm trying to think, do I wanna go 28 or younger? 'Cause I know a lot of older men. I'm trying to see, 28 or younger with less than 2 bodies. That's saying something. If she even though I'll give her, because I can give a little leeway on the age. She's 28 years old and she only had sex with 2 dudes her whole life. That's still kinda sounding like a good girl. You know what? We'll go 28. I ain't going 30, but we'll go we'll go 28. 28 or younger with a body count of less than 2. That's pretty impressive. You can still get to know her a couple of years. Fuck it, we'll leave it there. With a body count of 2 or less, you could take this serious. Debate whether it's 27 or 28, but that's close enough. 27, 28. Let's just put both. Fuck it. 27 to 28 or less or younger. 27 to 28 or younger with a body count of 2 or less. If she got a body count of 3 or more, she goes into this top category. Let's just go 2 or 3 or less. 2 or 3 or less. Just general rule. You know what? I don't want to go 3. Fuck that. 2 or less. Anything past this, what I got highlighted here, is just live out girlfriend. She's not take serious relationship. She already pair bonded and unpair bonded with 3 men in her 20s. That's a horrible sign. Yeah, that's a horrible fucking sign. So yeah, 27 ish or younger with a body count of 2 or less, you can take her serious. Anything other than that, nah. Live out girlfriend at best. Um. So yeah, once a woman isn't in this zone anymore, body count really don't it don't matter. All y'all some hoes. Look, is- at that point it don't matter. So if you want to get technical, 3 bodies or more is hoe status. Even if they were serious, 3 long-term serious relationships, you're still a whore. Based on the medieval times definition, you were a whore if you ever had sex one time out of wedlock. And I like that. I mean, by that standard, all the women in my family are whores. Like, I only know 3 women that didn't have sex out of wedlock. I'll just say that. I only know 3 women who never had sex out of wedlock. So I'm being leeway by saying they could have sex with 2 different men out of wedlock and still not be a whore based on my words. But once you have sex with 3, you're officially a hoe. So let's go here. Let's do one more list. Let's do one more category. So this woman has had sex with 3 to 10 men. It don't matter what how old she is. Um 3 to 10 men. It was still I would 3 to 10 men, I still would say live out girlfriend at best. You know, once we start getting into 15 is crazy. So yeah, once we once we get, 11 through 100, once we go through 11 through 100, this is strictly smut bucket Call at 3 in the morning. See, now you don't watch movies with this woman? Hold on, I got a meme for this one. 11 through 100, I got a meme for her. And then I'm gonna break down the difference between Smut Bucket and Live Out Girlfriend. But first, this is for the Smut Buckets.
As soon as you get done having sex with her, leave. You don't take this woman out to movies. You don't take her out to eat. You don't hang out with this woman. The only time you hang out with her possibly is if you go to a bar. Because she's getting ready to get drunk and she's getting ready to take you go home and you're gonna have intercourse with her. That's about the only way I would say to do it. You don't ride bikes with this woman, you don't watch TV with her, you don't talk about nothing, none of that.
Okay, yeah, you don't ride bikes, y'all don't go see a movie. Ain't even no Netflix and chill. You strictly coming over to fuck. We ain't even watching Netflix. That's the 11 to 100. Now 3 to 10 Live Out Girlfriend. Now here's the thing about 3 to 10. If she's a rare breed, 3 to 10. A rare breed, 3 to 10, because she got to be special. If you're gonna even have her as a live out girlfriend, I would imagine she living up to some special standards. So a rare breed 3 to 10, once she prove herself, you do love her. You do watch movies with her and ride bikes with her. She never getting impregnated, and we never moving in. She never getting the key to my house. We never getting married, but yeah, I love you. I love you. I respect you. I want to be with you as long as you keep acting right. But yeah, if your parents died, I'm coming over and consoling you. If you stuck on the side of the road, I'm coming to get you. I mean, it's pretty much. I mean, you my girl. You're my girlfriend. You can still be the love of my life. You my girlfriend. I'm here for you. If you need some money, I'll give it to you. You still like my girl. You still my love. If you got to earn your way up to that, and like I said, be a special rare breed. But yeah, with 11 through 100, nah, none of that. No, none of that. I don't want to get to know you on a deep level. I don't want to know your last name. Uh, and so really, okay, based on RB standards, I wouldn't even. I don't even want. I would prefer to just pay 11 through 10 or 11 through 100. I would prefer if I was going to just. I would prefer my interactions with 11 through 100 to just be exchanged for sex for money. Sex for money. Okay, let me clarify. Because you can have love for your favorite prostitute. So let me not say what I said. You still don't watch movies and ride bikes with them and shit. But you know what? Maybe I want to take that part back because they're humans. God damn it! Because even women who have sex with 11 to 100 men are still children of God, and they're still human. So, because it just made me think about it when I thought about, well, what if I got a favorite prostitute, but I got love for her? I mean, I don't love her. We ain't in a relationship or nothing, but she cool. She cool people. She come over on Wednesdays and Saturday. I pay her for sex, and we cool. We got a good rapport. She got a nice personality, you know. Um, so I take that back. Then look, obviously we're not in a relationship. We ain't boyfriend and girlfriend. We ain't gonna watch Netflix. We probably ain't gonna ride bikes. You're a prostitute. But I still like you as a person. And if I saw you stranded on the side of the road, I would give you a ride. Not because I'm obligated, but oh, is that my favorite prostitute stranded on the side of the road? You need help? So I'd ride you to the corner store or something. You know, we got a good rapport. You know? So yeah, I'm not gonna completely shit on the 11 through 100 because they might still be a cool person. A woman can have sex with 100 guys, and I could really like her as a person. She can't be my live out girlfriend or my wife or nothing like that, but I like her as a person. We could be cool, totally. Yeah, that's the breakdown. But overall, yeah, body count matters because men said so. If y'all want me to stay on I'm already on an hour and 20 minutes. I don't know. Let's get the donations up. If we get the donations up, I'll go over to Rumble and do a Kendra. So yeah, Cash App, PayPal, all at the top of the chat, or Super Chat, Super Sticker. That's the dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. If not, I'm probably gonna get off here in about 10, 15 minutes.
Just going off of the fact that this person is like this, what you like, what you see in them, and you're basing it off of that right now. Now let's keep it. Now let's keep it pushing.
Want will kiss you at the end of 3 months and start a relationship.
Gotcha. Can you pull up your little card again?
Yes, sir.
Based off stuff like this, okay? Honesty, respect. So her body count. So let's speak on women in general. Guys, she's pretty much saying if you look at this in a long-term way, 3 months, y'all don't do anything with each other. If the honesty is there, possibly the respect, loyalty, trustworthy, she's patient, responsible, understanding, values, goals, kind, generous, fun, funny, compassionate, thoughtful. If she tells you after 3 months that my body count is 100 people, will you? I'm gonna throw that out there. Will you accept her or not if she has these qualities that you're looking for in a woman? Let's start right there so y'all can understand this better. She has all these qualities right here, fellas. Let's say a good portion of them. She has all this. You like that. Is she something you would want if she tells you after you find out she's everything that you wanted in a woman? If she tells you her body count later, would it matter to you? And I'm gonna break this shit down because I don't care what type of scientific fact this lady thinks she got, because I think this is her own opinion and she's just trying to stir the pot. But I'm gonna really break this shit down, okay? Because first and foremost, if a lady was already all this, I'm gonna make it clear. If she's already all this and she lives by these principles, why hasn't she? See, you could kill the. I'll kill a debate quick, because I'll sit up there and say, okay, if a man did find this in a woman and a woman thought she was all of these things, why doesn't she have a man yet, and why isn't she married yet? And then if so, if she told that man about her body count.
Look, I always say it. If a woman is, but I'll use 30 today. If a woman is single after 30, the chances that she's all these things is like slim to none. I mean, if a woman, I'll just simplify it. As I say all the time, if a woman is single after 30, it's a 97% chance she's not a good woman romantically. Now the question somebody would bring up is like, well, can she learn? Can she become a decent woman? I mean, yeah, it's possible, but do you really want to bank on it? Why are you so desperate for somebody? Well, I'm okay. I'm not gonna shit on men. I know men struggle on the dating market, and we're human. We want human touch, companionship. I get it. Um, but yeah, you could keep giving it a try. Dating women over 30, you probably gonna eventually get frustrated and just say fuck it though after a while, because it's gonna be like finding a needle in a haystack. So let's just do this real quick. So single women over 30. Let's do this. Single women over 30. 80% won't pass the 3-hour phone rule. Talk to her on the phone 3 hours before you even take her out on a date and see if she passed that. I feel like 80% won't pass the 3-hour phone rule. If you talk on the phone with her for 30 or for 3 hours over a week time, she's probably not gonna get to the date. But even the ones who get to the date, I'll just say that. No, let's put it like this: 80% won't pass the 3-hour phone rule and the third date or 3 dates. 3 dates. 80% of them won't pass the 3-date mark. Okay, and then let's do this. 80% won't pass the phone rule. Okay, and then there's another 10% who won't make it past the third date. And then, there's another 5% who won't make it past 3 months. Then there's another 2% who won't make it past 6 months. Chuck, I'm sorry. Yeah. So 97%. So yeah, by that point, it's only gonna be like 3% that's worth trying to turn a hoe into a housewife. And by the time you get to that point, you probably already checked out. Probably already checked out by that point. Trying to date women single over 30. No, it just ain't gonna be worth it.
Count, what happened, and why isn't he there? I would love to know what man would accept a woman after finding out all this, if he'll still accept her this day and age after finding out she has a high body count. I'm just throwing that out there, man.
Yeah, honesty, respect, loyalty. If a woman has had multiple partners, wouldn't that kind of undermine her ability to be loyal or at least committed to one person?
Are you saying people with a low body count are automatically loyal and honest?
God, that's not what he said. That's not what I'm saying. No, a woman with a low body count isn't automatically loyal and honest. But there's gonna be a lot lower chance that a woman with 30 bodies is gonna be, loyal and honest and a good person. Yeah, somebody with no bodies could be a bad person, but it's still a higher chance of a woman with 30 bodies being a bad person. That's my point. A way higher possibility. I mean, you can make the argument that the fact that she has 30 bodies makes her a bad person. Like, what the fuck you doing out here? Kind of degenerate are you? Like, look, yeah. Just double digit bodies is diabolical. Once your body count get to double digits, especially as a woman, that's diabolical in itself. It's fucking crazy. Eating more than 2 hands or needing all 10 of your hands to describe the men that you've let inside your body and built soul ties with. That's a whole basketball team and a bench. That's diabolical. Even 10 bodies by 40 is diabolical to me.
Undermine her ability to be loyal or at least committed to one person?
Are you saying people with a low body count are automatically loyal and honest?
No, but I'm saying that it would
No,
stand to reason.
exactly. So I'm not going to make the assumption that somebody telling me a low number means they're the person I want to pick. I'm still going to use observation before selection, right?
Well, the question
No,
is,
no. If
why would
somebody gives me a low number,
And I'm going to say this right here. I feel like this lady right here, she's trying to stir it. She's trying to stir the pot because of what she possibly may be, which is a rule. An old chick that has been for recreational use only, and now she has to live out her life as a smut. Just
Yeah, let's talk about this lady. She definitely has a high body count. No woman is fighting this hard with this much passion if she don't got a high body count. This hits home for her personally. And her keep cutting them off. This isn't a debate. This is why you don't debate with bitches and you don't go back and forth with bitches. She's not even letting them talk. This isn't even a real debate. She's just gonna gaslight him and railroad him into him, or she's gonna gaslight him and railroad him until the audience thinks she's right. That's not a fucking debate. This is a complete waste of time. But let's talk about her. Yeah, she's ran through, she's damaged, clearly crazy, clearly rude, clearly disrespectful, and it only gets worse with age. Now, when a woman get to a certain age, she just can't be fixed, in my opinion. I'll say I'll give a bitch some leeway between 30 and 35. Once a woman hits 35, in my opinion, she can't be fixed. She can't be fucking fixed. So if she toxic at 36, she can't be fixed. Bars. I wouldn't try to work with it. I wouldn't like no. See, because let's talk about something real quick. See, a woman, let's do this. Let's say you a 55-year-old man and you meet a 40-year-old woman with 10 bodies, a divorce under her belt, kids, whatever the fuck. 40-year-old woman, 10 bodies, 2 kids, and an ex-husband. See, a woman has to meet certain bare minimum guidelines to be a live out girlfriend. She already, like, how can I put this? I'll just say this. There's certain characteristics that are worth working with a bitch on, and there's certain characteristics that just aren't. If she's a certain level of toxic, about 35, it's just fucking over. Now we're all flawed human beings. Every woman is flawed. Every woman got some couple toxic traits. I got a couple toxic traits. We all do. Some toxic traits are worth working with. Because even the 20-year-old virgin who got married at 20, yeah, she got flaws and toxic traits. If you want to be in a relationship with another human being, you're gonna have to work with some shit, regardless of their body count or whatever the fuck, or who, when they got married, when they didn't get married. You got to work with some toxic shit, regardless, with men and women. So, can't get the. So, but by the time she's 35 or older and still have certain toxic traits, it's just no. It's just no. Walk away with that. No live out girlfriend. Just get the fuck away from her. Trying to think if I can give an example of one of those toxic traits that are just it's just a deal breaker. Can't work with it. Um, she's blatantly disrespectful over the smallest disagreement. At 35 or older, you can't do nothing with that. If she get triggered to blowing up of a temper and she start getting disrespectful and name calling at 35 and up, you can't ever do nothing with that. That's no, you can't do nothing with that. Can't do nothing with that. Can't work with that. But what I'm saying is, in order for a woman to even qualify for live out girlfriend status, she gotta have some core good characteristics as a woman. Period. Like she gotta come to the table with certain shit already intact. Yeah, so actually, let me bring this up because it was this one girl we looked at recently, and she was kind of like the stereotypical modern woman, and I'm sure she been ran through and she was having situationships and shit. But when I listen to her talk, I can tell she still has light in her. She was still talking about cooking for a man and caring for a man. I'm like, okay, she still might you might be able to work with this bitch. Yeah, she's the stereotypical modern woman in a lot of ways and probably been ran through and got a couple toxic characteristics. But I could just tell listening to her talk, you might be able to do something with this bitch. You might actually be able to work with her and bring her to a point where she's something solid for a live out girlfriend. You could usually tell. It really don't take long to pick up on it when they still had that light in them. You could work with a bitch who you can sense still have that light in her after talking to her for a week. I can't pinpoint. You're gonna just be able to tell. It's a sixth sense. You're gonna be able to tell if there's something there that you could work with, as far as femininity and just core foundational things that make a woman a good woman. You're gonna be able to tell. It ain't hard to smoke out.
Trying to stir the she's trying to stir the pot because of what she possibly may be, which is a rule. A old chick that has been for recreational use only, and now she has to live out her life as a smut. Just making that assumption. That's my opinion. Because this is what they do. When it's all said and done, and all they can be do, all they can be used for is recreational use, they make their own list and say, well, y'all should be accepting us like this. It should be fair game if we have a high body count. Y'all gotta observe shit. Certain times y'all gotta observe stuff. Like, I don't know why a woman in general would want to put herself on the market as a smut unless you're a streetwalker. If you think it's cool to be a smut, do you, boo? MABW is not stopping you, but you can't be mad at the outcome if you are all that on the list and a man still turns you down after he finds out what you really were. Okay, just throwing that out there.
I
She
shouldn't.
just wants to argue. Like, you could tell she wants to start a pot just to argue, and you can't go off topic. It got to be no. It's so automatically, if a girl has a low body count, she like it doesn't matter, right? But
Assume they are honest, loyal, and trustworthy. I should still practice observation before selection. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, you should practice observation before
Exactly.
selection.
Now let me
That's
ask
why
you
we
this,
would observe the body count.
Tony.
You're not gonna let him fucking talk. This woman is a fucking joke. This woman is a fucking joke. Yeah.
I got a question for you.
That's why we would observe the body count. Yeah, go ahead.
I can't hear you when I'm talking, Tony. You're wasting your breath. So, Tony, at what number will you reject a person who has all the qualities you're looking for? How many people do they need to sleep with for you to reject them, even though they're everything you're looking for?
He's not gonna be flat out. Yeah, look. I mean, yeah, if you meet a so-called fucking white tiger or whatever, fine. But she's not going to be everything you're looking for if her body count is really high. Chances are. I mean, it's possible, but chances are not. And let me I mean, I already said it. I mean, I already broke it down. But so let me answer that question in a sense. Let me answer that question. Because this is a hard line. If she have more than 10 bodies, well, if she has more than 2 to 3 bodies, I'm rejecting her for marriage and kids and building a life with her, like a legit real life with her, moving in with her, having kids with her. Uh, yeah, like okay, let me not okay, let me take that back. Look, let me put it like this. Because I want to answer the question she just asked. If a woman was literally damn near perfect and she checked off all my boxes, and I'm just like, damn, this is the greatest woman I've ever met in my life. Like, this woman is fucking incredible. What is there a body count number where I would be like, nah, I don't care how wonderful she is and angelic, I can't do it. Um, really trying to think on this. The question is, how many bodies would make me not want to take her serious? As far as, let's just say, marriage and kids. If I wanted, marriage and kids, but she was perfect, damn near perfect. Hmm. I would say if a woman got more than 3 bodies, I'm not putting a baby in her. Spotted Mew says 1 is too many for marriage. I mean, you're not wrong, but I wouldn't be that strict, but you're not wrong. I mean, I agree with you, but if me personally, I would give a bitch 2. I would give a bitch 2 or 3 max. Really 2. But let's just say 3. The hardest hard line that I would have far as marriage and kids is 3. That's me being super. This is me being super lenient. Like, she got to be damn near Miss Perfect for me to just be like, yeah, she got 3 bodies, but I'm still gonna marry her and have kids with her because she fucking damn near perfect. She's so special. 3 is my hard line. Okay, the next question is, that's for marriage and kids. The next question is, what is the body count to where I wouldn't even have her as a live out girlfriend? Mm. Ah, The body count where she even disqualified for live out girlfriend. Hmm. Let's just say at age 40. Let's say I'm 50 years old. I'm looking for a 30 to 40-year-old live out girlfriend. What's the number where she can't even be live out girlfriend? Hmm. I mean, yeah, more than 10. Because 10 is no reason that you should have more than 10. Like, I don't care what the story is. 10 is fucking crazy. I'm gonna be a little lenient. That's a hard one. Far as what would disqualify a woman from being my live out girlfriend, far as body count. Y'all leave me some answers below. I'm really trying to think about it. 'Cause some may say, like, if it's live out girlfriend, it don't really matter. Like, she's on a rental basis. If she ever start tripping, she out of there. So does body count even really matter at that point? That's a tough one. Hmm. Let's just say 10 to 15. Say 10 to 15 max. If I'm 50 and she 30 to 40, but see, then that begins to get a little hard too, because live out girlfriend is still girlfriend. That's still my girl. Like, that's still a woman I'm claiming as my woman. I represent her, she represent me. Even though we don't live together and we don't have kids, that's still like my woman that I gotta claim. Like, people gonna see me out and about. Well, not that I give a fuck what people think, but I'm just saying, like, now that I think about it, it kind of changes the way I think about it. That's still my woman. That's still a woman that I'm gonna be taking a bullet for. That is tied to my name, even if we not married and don't have kids. She's still tied to me. She's my reputation. So let's just say 10. Fuck it. Let's just say 10. And that's like, she gotta be incredible, bro. She gotta be so incredible. I'm like, I can't pass this up, even for a live out girlfriend. She gotta be fucking incredible. But let's go back to this for a second. Let's go back to this for a second. If she's over 30 and if she over 30, you live out girlfriend at best anyway, regardless of the bodies. She over 30, I'm not gonna fucking know her real body count anyway. I'm not gonna know any of these women's real body count. To be honest. Even if she 23 and she say I only had sex with one dude, she could be lying to me. So like I said at the beginning of this live stream, in that sense, it doesn't fucking really matter what her body count is because I'm never gonna know the real answer. I'm only gonna know what she tell me. So in a sense, in that sense that I'm never gonna know the real answer, body count doesn't really matter. So in a way, this lady is right. Because all we can judge off as a man is what she tell us and how she acting. She could tell us she's only been with one dude, but it really been 100. I have no way of knowing. I have no way of knowing if even if she's 22 and she tell me one, that could be a fucking lie. That's why it's so important to vet women for years. If you're talking about marriage and kids, yeah, women need to be vetted for years. But especially if we're talking about live out girlfriend, I'll never know. So I can't even say. It doesn't even matter what I think would be the cutoff for live out girlfriend as far as body count because I'm never gonna know her body count. So it is no cutoff. As long as the bitch acting right, then she can stay on my team as live out girlfriend.
You reject the person who has all the qualities you're looking for. How many people do they need to sleep with for you to reject them, even though they're everything you're looking for?
One.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we get rid of males who say body count matters because they're too dumb.
All right.
Bye-bye.
So.
No. Goodbye. We don't listen to illogical males.
It's not illogical. He has the right to have the standard of, I want to be with a virgin. I don't think it makes you a stupid person if your standard is you want to be with a virgin. I don't think that makes you stupid. I think it makes you stupid for trying to claim he's stupid for wanting a virgin. I mean, I get what you're saying. You're saying like most women aren't virgins, but he could still have that standard. Most men aren't 6'4", but a lot of bitches got that standard. But yeah, she didn't want to have a conversation. Look, it goes back to what I said at the beginning of this stream. Body count matters because men says it matters. So it's best for you bitches to keep lying about it because it matters to men. So if you want to get a man, especially a high value man, you bitches better just keep lying because it matters because we said it mattered. No amount of trying to shame men into accepting women with high body counts is going to change it. So, and I mean, and it's cool because y'all exposing yourselves by even trying to argue the point. We automatically know if a woman trying to argue that body count don't matter, she got a high body count, and we know what box to put her in. A way for you to know if a woman body count is too high to take her serious, just ask her what she think about body count. You don't ask her body count. Ask her, do she think a woman's body count should matter? If she say no, then she got a high body count. That's how you could dismiss her for anything serious. Her opinion on body counts.
We get rid of them.
So if you have an opinion that body counts matter, that means you're illogical. She's wrong. So that means she could never have a healthy debate. I want to be clear. Imagine me debating any of y'all, and just because you don't follow a standard that I have in my mind, I just get rid of you. Nope. You got to. She's making it to the point where it seems as if she makes you. it's pretty much like you have to accept what she's saying, or you're not thinking properly. You're illogical. You're not thinking rationally. So therefore, everything chicks like they would never want to debate. They don't want to debate men that know a little something about something. They would never debate. Women would never debate a guy like me that talk like they would never, ever. It'll never happen because there's no way I will put all my money. They would never win. They would never win, ever.
I'm just so conflicted about this whole thing about how body count doesn't matter. Could you please explain that to me?
You are conflicted with the notion that a woman is an autonomous being with her own mind?
But that's not what I said about body count. Why does it not matter?
Well, a woman who is her own being with her own mind is having experiences and enjoying that. Why are you conflicted about that?
Because at the end of the day, everybody has a preference, right?
Yes, my preference is somebody who has an open mind, doesn't say, I'm going to tell you who you are, but instead is going to listen when I communicate because they seek to understand and they respect my autonomy. That's my preference. So you don't mean mine, I don't mean yours. We just go our separate ways, right?
So isn't it okay for a man to have a preference of a woman that doesn't have
Yeah, go have your preference, but it's obvious you don't meet mine. So we just go our separate ways. We haven't wasted each other's time.
So basically you saying everybody has a preference, and that's very true.
Yes, I very much understand my preference, and it's obvious that we don't meet each other's preference, so we just go our own ways. No harm, no foul, right?
Of course, everybody has their own preferences.
Yes. And so I don't need to care about yours, you don't need to care about mine, right?
But my thing is for a woman to walk into
why do you care about my preference to not be with somebody who cares about body count? Like, why do you care about that?
Because I just find it quite interesting how you guys can have all these preferences, but as soon as a man says he doesn't want a woman with a high body count,
so we can have control over our own body and have control over our own environment.
I'm not saying you can't.
How to you?
I'm not saying you can't.
Okay, well then why don't you just go your own way? Since obviously,
see how dismissive you are. Why are you so dismissive?
No, but I'm asking, why do you need to control women? Like, why is it?
I'm not controlling you. I just have a preference.
But she doesn't, so I'm just going to go. Like, why do you need to try and change our mind? I'm not trying to change your mind. We just walk away from you.
I'm not trying to change your mind either. I'm just telling you that just like how you have a preference of you don't, let's say, don't want a broke man. Men don't.
I don't want somebody who won't listen and understand me. We're not talking about money right now. We're talking about.
I'm making an example.
Things to be controlled, and I disagree. And I'm saying, why don't you just go your own way instead of trying to impose your beliefs on us?
Okay, we get it. You want me to go my own way. Everybody should go their own way. I'm just bringing up.
If you're not aligned with my beliefs, why are you trying to change my mind? I'm not trying to change yours.
I'm not trying to change your mind either. I'm just trying to understand why you feel like body count isn't important.
Let's run that back. I was upstairs. She wants to talk to the CEO and not talk to the manager. She wants to talk to the CEO. Let's run that back a minute.
It's like they would never want to debate. They don't want to debate men that know a little something about something. They would never debate. Women would never debate a guy like me that talk like they would never, ever. It'll never happen because there's no way I will put all my money. They would never win. They would never win, ever.
I'm just so conflicted about this whole thing about how body count doesn't matter. Could you please explain that to me?
You are conflicted with the notion that a woman is an autonomous being with her own mind?
It's not what he said, you stupid bitch. This is why people don't respect most women, and they shouldn't respect most women. Yeah, when they're autonomous and have their own mind, they show that they're fucking destructive dingbats. And that's why nobody respect you bitches. Because when you're autonomous with your own mind, you fuck everything up and you show how fucking stupid you are. So yeah, I disagree with you being a completely autonomous human being. Most women don't deserve it. If we made these bitches earn, some women do. Some women would be able to earn it. But if we made bitches earn their autonomy and freedom and this and that, most of these bitches wouldn't earn it. Some would, most wouldn't. Most wouldn't. Most, you know what? Most men probably wouldn't either. I mean, we can go deep, but I ain't gonna go there. But that ain't what he said, you fucking bitch. How about you stick to what he said?
Because there's no way I will put all my money. They would never win. They would never win, ever.
I'm just so conflicted about this whole thing about how body count doesn't matter. Could you please explain that to me?
You are conflicted with the notion that a woman is an autonomous being with her own mind?
But that's not what I said about body count. Why does it not
Okay,
matter?
well, a woman who is her own being with her own mind is having experiences and enjoying that. Why are you conflicted about that?
Because
I'm conflicted about it because it fucks up society, asshole. That's why I'm not conflicted. I'm clear about it. It fucks you up and it fucks society up and it fucks children's lives up, bitch. I ain't conflicted about it. I'm certain about it. I'm clearly on one side. It fucked the world up. And Satan love it. This B-Dub stupid face, everybody. Why the fuck did you do a video where you ain't add nothing to it, everybody?
it not
Okay,
matter.
well, a woman who is her own being with her own mind is having experiences and enjoying that. Why are you conflicted about that?
Because at the end of the day, everybody has a preference, right?
Yes, my preference is somebody who has an open mind, doesn't say, I'm going to tell you who you are, but instead is going to listen when I communicate because they seek to understand and they respect my autonomy. That's my preference. So you don't mean mine, I don't mean yours. We just go our separate ways, right?
So isn't it okay for a man to have a preference of a woman that doesn't have
Yeah, go have your preference, but it's obvious you don't meet mine. So we just go our separate ways. We haven't wasted each other's time.
So basically you saying everybody has a preference, and that's very true.
Yes, I very much understand my preference, and it's obvious that we don't.
Stupid black bitch making faces. The stupid white bitch and the stupid black bitch. Look, nobody, I bet she don't got a man, the black bitch. And I'm positive she's not happy with her life. Right. Look, I don't know if she's happy with her life. I don't care if she's happy with her life, but she's annoying the shit out of me making these faces. Just tell the fact that you coming on the internet displaying such a nasty attitude without even saying anything, you're probably not a good person. I bet everything I own that this black woman who just sucking this white woman clit, and I bet she on some fake pro black shit too, probably. But all she doing is fucking glazing this white woman. Yeah, word period, sis. Yeah, why don't you just go on your merry way, sis? You was choked on a chicken bone. Hold on. Sure, both of these women are hateful, feminists, and horrible people. But here's the thing. I used to love Sarah Silverman. But anyway, look, I don't hate these women. I know I've gotten a little aggressive. I don't even hate the white woman, even though she's a huge cunt. I don't hate her. She's still the child of God. I mean, a worker of Satan, but still a child of God. She's triggering me a little bit, I'll admit. Let me calm down. She's just another lost woman. You know, she's just another lost woman. So let me just relax. I don't hate her. I don't wish any ill on her. There's a scared little girl deep down inside of both of these women. They both need help. And you know what? And I really mean this. I hope both of these women find happiness one day so they can stop spreading misery online and in real life. I'll just leave it at that.
Preference, and that's very true.
Yes, I very much understand my preference, and it's obvious that we don't meet each other's preference, so we just
So why even have these debates? Why even put a number up for people to call in if the main thing you're doing is trying to hurry up and rush them off the phone if they disagree with you? Like the black woman is waving them off. Just go bye then, bye. Well, why even set up this forum to have people call in and talk to them about it if your main thing is just to get them off the phone? Oh, we disagree. Well, bye. Well, why do this then? If we're not going to exchange ideas and attempt to change each other's mind, what the fuck is the point of you taking call-ins, you dumb bitch? Okay, I'm triggered again. I ended on a godly note, and now I'm back triggered again. I can love you as a child of God and still think you a dumb bitch, can I? I don't know. Never mind.
Yes, I very much understand my preference, and it's obvious that we don't meet each other's preference, so we just go our own ways. No harm, no foul, right?
Of course, everybody has
Yeah.
their own preferences.
Yes. And so I don't need to care about yours. You don't need to care about mine, right?
But my thing is for a woman to
No,
walk
but
into a
why do you care about my preference to not be with somebody who cares about body count? Like, why do you care about that?
because I just find it quite interesting how you guys can have all these preferences, but as soon as a man says he doesn't want a woman with a high body count,
So we can have control over our own body and have control over our own environment.
I'm not saying you can't.
How about you?
I'm not saying you can't.
Okay, well then why don't you just go your own ways? Since obviously
See how dismissive you are? Why are you so dismissive?
No, but I'm asking, why do you need to control women? Like why is it
I'm
you
not
just like,
controlling
oh,
you.
I
I
think
just
body
have a
count-
Saw a story, and I don't know if it's true or not and shit. I don't want to believe everything I see on the internet, but I saw mug shots, but that could be AI. Who knows? We don't know what to believe anymore, but I believe it because I've heard of stories like this before AI. It was like 3 black women that worked at a nursing home, and they were making like elderly people do like some fight club for their amusement. See, and their skin color didn't make them do that, but there's a lot of mental illness in the black community. There's a lot of mental illness in the world, period, but especially in the black community. A lot of traumatized, mentally ill black people. I don't like how that came across. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Black people in America grow up in some real fucked up circumstances and go through some real fucked up situations and had some real fucked up households. And it wasn't the children's fault. And it's not not black children's fault. I'll just say black children's fault that they grew up in a fucked up environment with fucked up parents, fucked up people around them, and a fucked up culture. And it made them fucked up people. You know? It is what it is, but so it was 3 black women, and yeah, they were basically abusing the elderly. And like, and they probably not gonna get any type of severe sentences. I mean, we know if men did it, men would get much rougher sentences. Um, brought that up to say black women, like I don't hate black women, but they need to be held accountable for their bullshit and made to do better if there's anything we could do to make them do better. So when I shit on black women, it's not to just say I hate them, it's to say you're being horrible, stop being fucking horrible. Like black women have the fucking worst attitudes on the fucking planet. I'm not saying it because I hate them. I'm saying it because I want them to stop. And I'm saying it so I can warn black men to stay the fuck away from most black women because they don't deserve to be treated that way. And no human beings don't deserve to put up with black women's horse shit. I mean, if you want me to throw some race shit in there, I feel the same way about the piece of shit racist white men who treat black people like shit. And just, I mean, here's the thing about all races of men, the piece of shit men of all races, but specifically, let's talk about white men here. Just to point out a particular archetype of many. The asshole racists that I've come in contact with, they seem like just shitty people in general. It's not just their hate for black people alone makes them bad people or how they treat black people alone. They seem to just treat people like shit in general. They're just overall bad people. And people don't deserve to deal with their horse shit. So I want them white pieces of shit to change too. It's not just specialized things against black women. I would like all shitty people of all races and backgrounds to change. But I talk about black women the worst because I've dealt with them more than the average person, and I just think they're the worst of the worst when it comes to just being completely deplorable. Like, look, I'll be honest. I've received better treatment from white men who I know are racist than the average black woman. I'm gonna say it again. I've received better treatment from white men who I knew for sure were racist than I've received from the average black woman I've come in contact with.
Why are you so dismissive?
No, but I'm asking, why do you need to control women? Like, why is it?
I'm not controlling you.
I
I
think
just have a
body count matters,
preference.
but she doesn't, so I'm just going to go. Like, why do you need to try and change our mind? I'm not trying to change your mind. We just walk away from you.
I'm not trying to change your mind either. I'm just telling you that just like how you have a preference of you don't, let's say, don't want a broke man, men don't
I don't want somebody who won't listen and understand me. We're not talking about money right now. We're talking about
I'm making an example.
things to be controlled, and I disagree. And I'm saying, why don't you just go your own way instead of trying to impose your beliefs on us?
Okay, we get it. You want me to go my own way. Everybody should go their own way. I'm just bringing up.
If you're not aligned with my beliefs, why are you trying to change my mind? I'm not trying to change yours.
I'm not trying to change your mind either. I'm just trying to understand why you feel like body count isn't important when men are
Because
that it is.
isn't who I am. Why don't you want to understand that?
Because you have things to you that are important, and men have things to them that are important. So
Yeah,
why can't
but
that be
you're
respected?
just like, you're stopped right short.
Let's clear this up. Let's clear this up right now. These women aren't gonna respect a man who gets on their program. She's basically saying, get on my program, meet all my requirements, check off all my lists, get with what I got going on over here. Women don't respect men like that. Those men exist who'll be like, okay, yes, ma'am, I don't care about body count, and I'm following your lead, baby. Women don't respect those dudes though. See, when they say they want a man who checks off this list, they want a tall, handsome alpha to do it, and those type of guys are not gonna fucking do it no matter what. So they're gonna be in that loop of misery, that AD loop of misery.
They get stuck in this endless trap of all the men I want don't want me, or are already married, or the men who want me, I don't want them. So they end up like stuck in the middle.
Who I did isn't who I am. Like, your brain just can't take that.
I don't think your brain can understand the fact that men have things that they
See,
want
you
to.
deflected. You didn't even respond to that. You just deflected onto something else.
For a woman to walk into a room and have 200 men to want to sleep with her, she could have no teeth in her mouth. For a man to walk into a room and have 200 women want to sleep with him, there has to be something special about that man.
So you're jealous?
Jealous of what?
I don't know. You're talking about how women have more options, apparently. Or is that because you're jealous?
That definitely wasn't my point. And I know you're smart.
I don't know why the point was being made.
I'm saying for a woman to walk into a room and have a bunch of men wanting to sleep with her, it's not special.
So I didn't say it was. I said body count doesn't matter because who I did is not who I am. What does that have to do with all the other guys who want to have sex with me? I don't care.
See, body count doesn't matter to you. And maybe
that's
not
right.
to the person
It doesn't matter to us who want to be in relationships with people who want to understand us. You don't care to understand. You're going to tell.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
The only reason she's even existing in the world is because she doesn't have the courage to kill herself, and two, people don't want to start problems and just throw her out of a room because she's useless to society. So that's the reason why they kind of just linger around for the next 30, 40 years. Like, they really just linger. Like, nobody really wants them. Nobody really cares about them, unless they're, just get horny for a little bit. And then as soon as the horniness is gone, the woman's off to just lingering around. She just lingers, looking for any spare attention. That's why a lot of them can't keep a man around. Okay, because once you deal with them outside of fucking, then it's like she figures that, since she's been through a lot, that she's a tough, independent woman, that I have stud nuts. And my stud nuts, like, yeah, if you don't have touchy stud nuts, you have no chance with my pussy. And they're just so incredibly difficult to get with. You're like, fuck it. I don't even want to fuck you anymore.
Let's be clear about this. I want to make a very important point. These women who try to defend high body counts and say real men accept high body counts, these bitches know it's not right to have sex with 100 men, and they regret having sex with 100 men when they old and washed up and the party ends. And ain't nobody really checking for their old crazy ass no more. Then they regret having 100 bodies because nothing came from it. Because see, out of those 30 bodies, she loved, 5 or 10 of them dudes and really wanted it to work out, and it didn't. Imagine how many heartbreaks come with 100 bodies. Imagine how many cold, lonely nights when you was depressed come with 100 bodies. This bitch regret her body count. And all these bitches do. Yeah, 100% of them. It don't lead nowhere. They don't get nothing out of it. It's fun for a few years or something. But when they look back and think about what it gained them and what it lost them, they regret that shit. They fucking regret that shit. Because eventually women do grow wise, usually when their looks fade. But eventually women do grow wise and realize, damn, I fucked up my life. See, these are the conversations they had with themselves at 3 a.m. staring at the ceiling. Damn, I fucked up my life. We're not telling these bitches nothing they don't know. They just play stupid for TikTok. And that's why they get so triggered. That's why she's so passionate. The reason she started a whole fucking TikTok segment where motherfuckers call in so she could fight it is because she know it's wrong. If she was comfortable with it, she wouldn't feel the need to debate motherfuckers on the internet about it. It wouldn't even be nothing she thinking that hard about because it don't matter to me. Because she know it do matter. And she depressed and cry herself to sleep drinking wine every night because she regret the 30, 40, 50, 100 bodies. And now she got to be a crusader that it's okay to make herself feel better at night. But she know that shit ain't right. And she knows she regret it. 100% of women who had sex with dozens of men will live to regret it. Fuck it. Let's just, I hate to say 100, but fuck it. Let's just say 97%. Because I never say all. I always leave room for the exceptions. 97% of women who have, look, I'll put it like this. Let's just say 97% of women with body counts over 10 will live to regret having that many bodies. Think about it like this. Even when a woman fuck a guy who she was in a 3-year relationship with and it didn't go right, she regret fucking him. Let alone when a bitch got 100 bodies. Like, you see what I'm saying? After one failed relationship, she's like, I wish I would have never met that motherfucker, never fucked him, nothing. So after 100 bodies, you telling me you don't regret the overwhelming majority of those 100 bodies or 30 bodies or 20 bodies? It's a fucking lie. It's all a facade. They know what they saying ain't true. Don't let these bitches gaslight you into believing that they believe this retarded shit that come out of their mouth. That they genuinely believe it.
Shit. Got your ass.
When nobody's listening, this is how they really feel.
That singleness only hits you at night. When you ripping and running throughout the day, when you at work, when you whatever extracurricular activities, when you're doing hobbies, when you're at the gym, you don't even care about being single. That's not even on your mind. But when you pull up to the house at night and you get in that bed alone, that's when you be like, I really wish I could cuddle up with somebody. Or I really wish I could tell somebody about my day.
I think Isaiah just donated $10. This for you. Thank you for donating. Yeah.
That's a hard nigga.
It's the happiest day of my life, is what I'm saying.
Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it.
You a gangster now. I'm winning any motherfucking way. I can't lose.
Understand us. You don't care to understand. You're going to tell me who I am. So you're just eliminated. You don't meet our standards.
Guys, what is there to, and I'm letting her cook, okay? I'm gonna let her do her thing. What is there to understand about a woman that was pretty much a smut her whole life? And now they draw up a chart wanting you to understand who they are and why they were like that. Just throwing that out there. Think about it. The way she's breaking it down to me is, why is it so hard for you to understand that who I slept with and how many people I have doesn't define who I am on this list? If I am what you're looking for on this list, why can't you accept me for who I am, even though I slept with a bunch of people? I'm just asking a guy. This is a healthy debate, okay? Just asking the guys. Because once again, this is just my opinion. This is not fact, it ain't fiction. It's just my opinion. I feel as if women like her, they create this list because of their own sinful ways or lustful ways. They know what they were. They know what they are. They know what they have been for such a long time. And now, you know what? I need to come up with a way to make it seem like women come up with ways to make it seem as if being a hoe is cool. I'm going to cut right to the chase. You got some women out there that want to make it seem as if we have to find a way to make it seem to the men as if being a hoe was cool. And it's not a problem. And it shouldn't really matter to y'all anymore. Because it's been such a problem for so long, which it still should be to men. Like, you shouldn't accept the chick that has a high body count. Once again, you'll never know. Let's be honest. She could have slept with 100. Unless the bust of you really just never gonna know, because she can lie to you. Okay, you never gonna know. But that's the type of list they try to make up when they're trying to make up for or trying to make excuses for why they did what they did. They'll sit and contemplate a way to make a whole list. Probably take a year or two to come up with a list just to disturb a man and say, well, if I have, look at all the shit she had on that list.
This is, let's say I go along with what she's saying. A woman can have 1,000 bodies. It don't matter. People shouldn't care. Let's just say I agree with her. Let's just say I agree with her. A woman can have sex with 10,000 men. It don't matter. It don't affect nothing. Okay, cool. The bottom line is, you're not going to be a good romantic partner. And if you are, fuck it. You won. And I can't say nothing about it then. If you have sex with 10,000 men and then get married at 40 and you're the best damn wife, we hook the husband up to a lie detector test 10 years later and she's the best damn wife any man can have, then I'll shut the fuck up and I'll say I was wrong for you. I'll say I was wrong for you. And I'll say I'm a bitch ass nigga and all that. But let's be real. That's not going to be the case 90% of the fucking time if a woman has a high body count. If a woman has a high body count, there's a slim to none chance she's going to make a good lifetime partner to a man. Fucking period. It's that simple. It's not about the body count. It's about you're not a good romantic partner by the time you have that many bodies. Because if you were so fucking great, one of these bodies would have turned into a marriage or a lifelong lasting relationship, even if it didn't go to marriage. Let's be real. A good woman not going to make it to 30 bodies, 20 bodies. Because if she's so fucking wonderful, like that list, that the 100 list thing she had, that she's such a wonderful woman, she wouldn't have made it to 20 bodies. Because one of those dicks would have stuck around, or she would have wanted one of those dicks to stick around since she's so great and benevolent and her picker is so fucking great. So no matter what way you look at it, if she's so wonderful, all the shit you listed, she would have picked a good man out of those 20 and stayed with one, or one of those men would have stayed with her. One of those combinations if she was so fucking great. So let's just say you're right. The dicks going in your pussy ain't what matter. The fact that you can't stay with one fucking man after being with 20 is what fucking matter. That's the proof you're not a good woman. Let's just say I'm cool with the sex. Let's just say I'm cool with that part. You fuck 20 guys. That's not the problem. The fact that none of those 20 guys turned into something that lasted shows that you a bullshit person. You either picking 20 bullshit men, or you picking 20 good men and your ass ain't good because you ain't sticking around 20 good men. That's why you ain't shit. It ain't the dicks going in the pussy. What's your answer to that? Exactly.
Or two to come up with a list just to disturb a man and say, well, if I have, you look at all the shit she had on that list. And then she just go right to point. Or what about with this? Okay, so if I'm this, then why you worried about this? If it's just, it's like, nah, it don't work like that. Maybe I think she's in Canada. Maybe in Canada. Maybe in Canada it worked like that. For the most part, I don't even think it worked like that. I wouldn't even hope. I hope it wouldn't work. I hope the Canadian bros wouldn't accept this. But at the end of the day, if you want to be a smut, just say you a smut. We'll accept that better. It may knock you down still, because you are what you are when we know that. But don't lead us on to making us like, I can't even say make us believe, because at the end of the day, you're not going to know. But just be honest. If to hell with the shenanigans. Don't let men go too far into that list, believing that you're these things and you know you're a smut. I'll put it like that. I don't want to waste my damn time going through all these scenarios and deep down 3 months after I find out I like you. Now we get into the real deal. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm a smut. Like what? Nah, it don't work like that.
Oh, I don't meet y'all standards.
You're going to tell me who I am. Why would I give you any time? You don't care to understand when I communicate. You're closed-minded. You don't want to understand. You don't respect my autonomy.
I think you're closed-minded because you can't seem to understand that men have a preference.
No, I fully understand that you think women are things to be controlled and you're insecure when you can't control
them. When did I say that?
I get
Exactly. The men days, she's putting words in that man's mouth, whoever that man may be. This chick right here says she think it's Austin Holloman. I doubt it.
See what bitches will do? She'll ruin, I don't know who Austin Holloman is, but she's willing to ruin Austin Holloman's reputation off of a hunch that this nigga voice sound like Austin Holloman. They're horrible people, bro. And this is proving my point of why they should be controlled, most of them. Because they do retarded shit like this. I don't know who Austin Holloman is, but why the fuck would you make a video that probably got 300,000 views talking about this sound like Austin Holloman? I hope Austin Holloman find this and sue you for the $10 to your name. What kind of, you gonna ruin this man because you think it sound like him? What a piece of shit. But nobody calls out this horrible behavior. Oh my goodness, man. Yes, you should be controlled. The world is better when women are controlled by men. Fucking period. Ironically, this video proves why.
I doubt he has time. He probably would do a face-to-face debate, possibly. I don't know for sure. But the thing is, they make it seem as if, see how they try to flip the script? Like, if you're a smut, you want to break it down to why are men controlling? We're not controlling. We never controlled you when you were spreading ego. You were willingly spreading ego. We didn't make you do that. We're just telling you what you are, and what we're not going to accept, and that it does matter. It may not matter. Now, let me be clear. It may not matter to women, but the mate you let me cook real quick. But the mate you choose in the future, even after 3 months, even if you have all those qualities and character.
Listen. I mean, I already said it, but I'm gonna say it again. Women don't respect men with no standards, bro. See, that's what hurt these bitches the most. Here's the AD loop of misery. Look, I'm gonna put it like this. Every woman who I say is a piece of shit on this channel knows she's a piece of shit. Okay? I'm not telling them something they don't know about themselves. They just don't want to fucking hear it. So here's the rub. Like, and this is why women don't respect simps. Because I said this before. This woman, the white woman, knows she's a piece of shit. Let's be frank. And I don't hate her, but we just gonna be frank about it. The white woman knows she's a piece of shit. And look, I hope she find God and become a better person. But let's just stick to task. White woman knows she's a piece of shit. She's not gonna respect any man who doesn't see that she's a piece of shit and stays with her. In her mind, don't this idiot know I'm a piece of shit? Did he not have any balls or standards to stay with a piece of shit? And then she fucking sabotages the relationship because she know he a punk bitch who don't got no standards for being with her. She will never respect a man who stays with a piece of shit, and she knows she's a piece of shit. Therefore, she will never respect a man who's in a relationship with her. Any man who agrees to be in a relationship with this piece of shit, she will instantly lose respect for him because he agreed to be in a relationship with a piece of shit. So that's why her romantic life is doomed to failure no matter what. She cannot respect a man who has so low standards who he would be with her. She knows that. Why is this punk ass bitch with me when I ain't shit? I gotta get out of here. He must not have value if he committed to me. So I gotta sabotage it and get the fuck out of here. That's the loop of misery she will be in for the rest of her life. She's gonna be mad at the dude who just fuck her and leave. But then she mad at herself because she know that's all I'm worth. And then a dude who don't fuck her and leave and want to be in a relationship with her, she's gonna want to leave him because he a soft bitch with no standards. So she can't win. She literally can't win.
Characteristics, it matters to them. It absolutely matters to that person.
That because
All
you
I
think body
said
count matters.
was
So
that
she
men
can
have a
only be with a
preference.
certain number of people. Otherwise, you're miserable, or I don't know what it is you go through.
You're miserable. So men, if you find out that your girl had about 50 or 60 bodies, after you find once, I want to keep on breaking it down to her list. After you find out your girl got that you never slept with, by the way, she got all these characters. Now, mate, I want to remind you too. She made you wait. She made you wait 3 months, but she's everything you want in that list. After you say, I want to be with you now, she wants to be with you, of course, now because you like everything that she likes, but she got to break some news to you. I want to tell you right now, I have everything you want. You see, I'm everything that you want, but I slept with 100 guys. Where do you go from there, fellas? Do you say it doesn't matter because you're everything I was looking for on this list, or does body count matter to you? And if the women, if women like her, like you can have your own preference and go your own way. But the thing is, I just wasted 3 months with you. But and the other men that smutted you out, the 100 or 50 men or 40, the other men that smutted you out, they didn't have to go through 3. You ain't going through 3 months at a time. Come on. Ain't no woman gonna keep going through 3 months. Okay, you found out I'm gonna break up with you. Cause you already been smutted out. So the busted yam is garbage. We know this. Let me cook, y'all. Y'all know
True.
how I do.
What is it that you go through? Is it?
You can go
you're
through
gonna
all
call
the
it
names.
Let me break this down real quick. This woman is clearly what, 35, 40? Look, let's be honest. Even if she was a virgin at 40, what the fuck am I taking a 40-year-old woman serious for? Like, we not about to build a life. We not having kids. All I got to look forward to with you living with me is menopause and premenopause and shit. There is no incentive for me to get in a super serious relationship with you at 40, even if you had 0 bodies at this age. So it really isn't about the body count. Whether you got 100 bodies or 0 bodies, at this age, you're not worth taking serious. So in that sense, you're right. Body count don't matter because you're expired regardless. Now see, let me okay. Let me reword something. So see, I wouldn't say women are expired at any age if women were actually good people. Good people are never expired. Good people are always an asset to your life. Good people are always like, for the most part, they're just a pleasure to your life. I mean, obviously nobody's perfect, but you know what I'm saying. Like if somebody's like a legit good person, I want good people in my life. Yeah, you're rarely gonna turn down having a good, loyal, honest, supportive X, Y, and Z person in your life. See, the reason why women truly expire is because most of them just aren't good people. It's not even about you looking old. It's fine that you look old, like, because we all gonna get old, but like, they're just shitty people to live with. Let's stick to the dating realm. They're just shitty people to live with on average, and they get worse to live with as they age. That's why they expire. If that wasn't the case, I wouldn't feel that way about far as the expiring for a serious relationship. I mean, honestly, if I felt like most women were good people, I wouldn't say them having kids by another man would automatically be a deal breaker. If I genuinely felt like most women could bounce back, okay, I got a kid by another dude. We got a good co-parenting relationship, and I'm gonna be a fucking a pleasure to your life and a complete asset to your life until you die. I would say, yeah, go ahead and date a single mom, but that's not gonna be the case 95% of the time. That's why I'm against. I mean, we could name some other reasons, but that's really the main reason why I would tell a man to never date a single mom.
Same corner you want
Ugly.
to.
She's
I'm up here
disgusting.
conversating
She's
with
been
you.
with all these guys. She's disgusting. That's probably what you're going to call it, right? So again, this is the reason why we instantly block and delete because we don't care about your
No, you
judgment.
instantly block and delete because you can't really have a
No, it's because we
conversation.
don't care about your judgment. We don't
You
want you.
you
Because
don't care about anything that doesn't benefit you.
it's not about a
He's right. She doesn't care about anything that doesn't benefit what she's saying or doing. So she doesn't. If you can't accept the fact that, see, I'm gonna call it a spade, whether this lady watches it or not. You're a slut, a smut, a bop, a thought, whatever you want to call it. You want us to pretty much.
Okay, I think we got the rest of it, but look. Okay, so Tia Orlando says false. No man with motion should ever get involved with a woman who gave her womb to another man. I mean, that sound I get it, but let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. If you knew 100% for sure that a person was going to be a pleasurable asset to your life, eh, like let's be real. If God could come down and guarantee, like, okay, this single 25-year-old mother of one is gonna be a complete asset and improvement to your life. Just hypothetically. I mean, most won't, but let's just say hypothetically. This 25-year-old woman, yes, she got a kid, but she's gonna bring so much value and joy to your life until you die. It is way more joy and value than burden of dealing with this other kid, this other dude's kid. Most men taking that deal. And niggas, flat out, most single men today, if God came down and guaranteed them that, they taking that deal. I don't care what niggas say. Now, I'm not saying that's the case, and that's why I have my stance of, yeah, don't date single mothers. But we're not gonna act like most men not taking that deal if they can have that guaranteed. A beautiful 25-year-old woman with one kid by one dude, they got a good co-parenting relationship, and God came down and said, "This woman is gonna be such a joy and asset to your life for the rest of your life." Most men are doing that. Most single men doing that. Period. And anybody that think that otherwise is delusional. Reason I say don't do it because it's just not gonna be worth it with most of them. It's not gonna be worth the risk. Let's be real. Let's be real. People on the dating market take what the fuck they can get, men and women. And see, and to Orlando, you got to keep in mind, you're a 0.001 percenter. Your perspective isn't most men's perspective. You have a different view being a 0.001% man. Most men don't have options. Most men are gonna try to work with what they can get. No, I'm not trying to convince you to accept a woman with kids at all, for sure. No. I was just speaking hypothetically. Just because you was just making it seem like a man shouldn't fuck with a woman with kids, even if she was perfect and this and that. Like, no, I ain't gonna say that. But the bottom line is people take what they can get on a dating market. Or they stay single. But especially men. Men are gonna just work what they got to work with because they don't have any other fucking choice for the most part. So yeah, men could either, make the best of what they got, or they could stay single. That's everybody's choice. Make the best with what you can attract, or stay single. Let me talk about this. Let me talk about this. Because I always say there's exceptions to the rule, and I believe that. There are women who are single mothers who got with a man and it worked out. She treat him good. He got a good relationship with the kid. He enjoyed raising the kid. The woman is still good to him. It happens. It's rare, but it happens. I'm not gonna act like it never happens. It happens sometimes. I wouldn't tell men to risk it. but but yeah, I'm not gonna say a man dating a single mom can 100% never work out, or a man can't. You know, how can I put it? A man can't just have a situation work out with a single mom and be happy with it for the rest of his life. It happens. It's not common though. It's true. X says the only difference is women stay single with sex, and most men just do without the sex. Facts. Okay, I'll be honest. I'll be honest. Okay, let's talk about it real quick. What would my least favorite part be about marrying a single mother with kids? Um, least favorite part. Probably one of my least favorite parts would be another man having any type of say so about what goes on in my household. Okay, let's get a personal story. X says I was married to a single mom. Her son wasn't the problem with the end of our marriage. I like my stepson. I still do. He's a great guy. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, my problem really wouldn't be if the kids were well behaved. I don't have a problem. How do I word this? I mean, I like children. So the worst part of being with a single mom with kids, if the kids were well behaved, wouldn't be raising the kids. I don't got a problem raising some well behaved kids and going through the trials and tribulations that come with raising kids. If they grew up to actually respect me and see me as a loved one, and they help me out when I need them. Like, to me, that's not the horrible part of that. That isn't like the worst part of being with a single mom. If as long as they ain't like bad as fuck, because I like kids. So See, I mean, I think that's a pride and ego thing, and I'm not knocking men, but even if I adopted some kids, technically I'm raising some other man's kids, but I'm not gonna get mentally caught up in the fact these another man kids. Who give a fuck who kids it is? It's young kids who need some help and guidance, and I mean, I don't. If I adopted some young kids and raised them to be upstanding, respectable people, I'm not on my deathbed. I'm gonna be like, why the fuck did I do that? I did a good thing in the world. Like, I don't see that like, yeah, I helped two human beings grow up to be decent people and have decent lives, but I regret it because they wasn't from my balls. No, that's ridiculous. Like, it's cool, but I'm not saying it's ridiculous. You have the right to feel that way. But like, if I raised two stepkids and they accredited me with them being the people that they are today, and they on my bedside at my death, at my death, I'm about, we love you, Dad. You raised us to be everything you wanted to be. Man, fuck all that, but you was from another nigga ball. No. like, like, 'cause by that logic, if you a football coach, why you helping another man kids learn football and building a bond with another man kids? Like, or if you was just a mentor to a kid in the neighbor or to a couple of kids in the neighborhood, and they saw you as a father figure, so you say, man, fuck that. They ain't come from my nuts. I ain't about to be a mentor and father figure, nigga. You ain't my kids. Like what? Like I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Mm. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. But let's read these comments. Wait, what? Okay, that's not what I'm saying. I'm definitely not telling men to date single moms. We more so got into a hypothetical conversation. My general take on this channel is don't date single moms. That's my general take on this channel, and I stand by that. But we was just going a little deeper. But let's read this one comment. Oh, MABW pinned it to the top. Um, she says, and I'm guessing this is technically like a fan or something. She says, "Sorry, MABW. I could feel your emotional wrath through the screen with you using insults and guilt to classify what women are." So already I could tell she's triggered because she got a high body count. Now, I don't think I've seen MABW get mad. Oh no, I don't date B Dubs T Orlando. So I gotta stop you there. I just flat out won't. I wouldn't date a black woman. I just flat out wouldn't. So, as far as me dating B Dubs with kids by Pookies, no, that could never happen because I don't date black women. Anyway, this lady says, "Sorry, MABW. I can feel your emotional wrath." See, and this is what women do. They try to ramp up the language to try to shame you and ruin your reputation by calling it emotional wrath, the wrath of God. Like those words are chosen very strategically. Your emotional wrath through the screen with you using insults and guilt to classify what women are. Now let's break this down. Now, yeah, I name call for sometime for comedic effect or entertainment effect. But let's talk about name calling. Okay, a woman with 100 bodies is a X, is a Y, is a Z. Okay. Um, I think sometimes putting names on things, I mean, it helps to classify things. That's what names are for. I mean, in this context, to classify what somebody is so you can know what they are. It's an easier way to identify things than saying this is a woman who's had multiple partners over this period of time. No, she's a smut. Isn't that see how easy that is compared to this was a woman who went through life and she had a journey and she's been with 100 men and this and that. You see that whole explanation you got to do, or you can just say, yeah, she a slut. Oh, okay, cool. See how you can condense all those ideas into one word? That's why names and classifying things are useful. But let's go deeper. Name calling. I mean, it isn't really necessary. I don't name call people in real life. Um, so some would agree with this woman in the sense that name calling isn't really. How can I put this? I'm a little conflicted about name calling because I do think it's useful. Like, okay, it's useful when describing somebody without having to use. I mean, like I just explained. But then there's another side of name calling where it's like you're trying to be hurtful and you're just trying to be a dick. Um, so if I was having a conversation with a woman who had sex with 100 bodies, I'm like, oh yeah, you're a slut. No, because at that point I'm just trying to be mean and name call just to be an asshole. So I wouldn't call her a slut, even though in my mind I'd probably be thinking, oh, that's kind of slutty. Um, look, I always say I judge, but I don't judge. I don't have a hell to send that woman to if she had sex with 100 men. And let me give an example. I judge her in the sense that I wouldn't fuck with her under any circumstances because it goes against my standards. But I'm also not going to condemn her to hell either. So that's what I mean when I say I judge, but I don't judge. Um, but I guess a lot of people tie name calling with judgment. So even if you don't call a woman a slut, or even if you say it in a professional way of, this is a promiscuous woman, and by definition, that would be true. So I guess somebody could say this is a promiscuous woman, but I don't judge her, but she is what she is. I mean, I'm not trying to put any judgment with it, but by definition, she's a promiscuous woman. So you take that word and do with it what you may. You could take that word and just accept it at face value and not judge her, or you can take the fact that she's a promiscuous woman and judge her. But just calling her a promiscuous woman, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that because that's what she is. If she has sex with 100 dudes. But then, of course, MABW used, he did use harsh words, smut, you a slut, you a, a lot of name calling. um, and I can understand how that's off-putting. And there is an argument to be made that it's unnecessary. And I can agree with a lot of those arguments that it's unnecessary. So far, I know she's triggered, but I'll be honest. She does have somewhat of a point. There is a way to criticize this woman's decision without name calling. I agree with her. But let's continue. She says to classify what women are. If you care so much about count, then go your own way to an evangelist or church lady or something. Okay. If you care so much about count, then go your own way to an evangelist or church lady or something. Okay, she says, I'm going to call you out for your misogyny in this one. Now this is bullshit. Because these women don't even know what that word means. They think anytime a man say something that they don't like about women, it's misogyny. Now let's look up the definition of misogyny. I'm pretty sure it's the hatred of women. The dislike or contempt for or ingrained prejudice against women. Um, the dislike of women. So damn, am I a misogynist, guys? Because I always say I don't like most women. So is that misogyny? Might be. Maybe I am a misogynist. um, dislike or contempt for or ingrained prejudice against women. Am I prejudiced against women? Guess y'all could tell me, am I? Well, see, okay, this definition says misogyny is the hatred. So if we use the word hatred, then no, I'm not a misogynist. Is a form of sexism that can keep women at a lower social status than men. Yeah, I do agree with that. So maintaining the social roles of patriarchy. Yeah, I agree with the social work. So maybe I am maybe I am somewhat of a misogynist. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't like most men either. So I mean, I guess I'm a misogynist and a misandrous. Oh no. So well, okay, let's go back. So we figured out today that RB is somewhat of a misogynist. But do I think the question is, do I think MABW is? Real quick, crypto. Hold on, who we got watching? Let's see how many people I lose for talking about crypto for 20 seconds. Okay, real quick, crypto. Crypto is rough. So I would like to see Bitcoin go down to 30 to 45K. Well, I'll put it like this. I said this the other day. I'm not looking to touch crypto. If I miss the next move, I just miss it. But I'm not looking to touch Bitcoin or crypto until it go to at least down to 50K. It's 67K something today. I'm not really looking to touch it until Bitcoin hit at least 50. I'm gonna start DCAing in to the coins I highly believe in, starting at Bitcoin being at 50K. So we'll see what happens. Uh, See, trying to get into certain altcoins outside of like the top, 25 is risky. 'Cause you just never know how low the altcoins are gonna go. Like if Bitcoin go down to 50, but it could go down to 30. So if you start buying when Bitcoin is at 50 and it go to 30, that could be a huge drop for the altcoins. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's finish this real quick. So, do I think MABW is a misogynist? I'll say this. I don't think most men like most women in modern times. I feel strongly about that. I definitely feel even men who claim they do or say they do, they just don't want to get in trouble. I feel strongly that 80 to 90% of men, if we really put them to a lie detector test and said if they fail, they get in the 9 to the dome, it would come out that 90% of men, let's just say at least 70% of men dislike at least 70% of women. And we damn sure know American women hate men. So, in that sense, look, I'll say it like this. In that sense, most men are probably misogynists. If the definition of disliking most women, then yeah, I think 70% of men in America are misogynists. And that by that definition, including MABW. But do I think MABW generally like women more than I do? Yeah, I would say he do. So by that definition, I would say no, he's not a misogynist. She's just triggered. She says you don't get to police her sexuality. I mean, yeah, I agree. Nobody gets to police it. I mean, do what you want, but it just got consequences. And you're gonna make most men not want to fuck with you if they ever find out. And she says there are plenty of married dancers and corn stars. Oh my gosh. What does that prove? You don't mean they good people or good women or those are good marriages. Yeah. See, I'll put it like this: a lot of men like women for sexual reasons, but if we take sex off the table, yeah, most men don't like most women. If we take sex and just looking at them off the table, yeah, most men don't like women. I'm positive. I feel very strongly about that. If we take sex and looking at them off the table, so it says, yeah, there are plenty dancers and corn stars that are married. Why would you use those? Why are you? Whatever. So body count don't matter because a porn star can get married. Make it make sense, folks.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
He says it depends on the man's preference. Look, I'm gonna tell you right damn now. Most men's preference is their woman not having sex with more than 3 men. 95% of heterosexual men's preference is to have a woman who haven't had sex with more than 3 men. I feel strongly about that. I'm pulling it out my ass. I don't have the peer-reviewed study, but yeah, that's most men. The overwhelming majority of men don't want their woman to have a high body count. I've never heard of a man preferring his woman have a high body count. I've never heard of that. Any man, Christian conservatives, biker dudes, I've never heard of that from any man. I'm looking for me. I'm looking to wife up a bitch who had sex with 50, 60 dudes. Never heard that. I've heard dudes say, "Well, I don't care if she did, but not that I prefer it." She says, "If you don't like it, just go your own way. Don't date her. The insults are unnecessary." I mean, she's right. I mean, it's an entertainment channel, but if we want to get technical, she's right. Insults aren't necessary. So I'll give her that. MABW responds and says, "I could care less about what a smut does. This is my opinion in reaction to this. I don't deal with smut, so everything that you said is invalid, at least to me. I literally don't get what point you were trying to prove with this. And I'm far from a misogynist because I said a woman's body count matters. You actually sound crazy. So I'm thinking you're part of the group of women she's talking about that want men to accept the pounded out yam." Fact, she definitely is. Um, funny again how women can insult men, and then we come on our channel and just give our opinion about real life about a real life bop, and we get called misogynistic. Okay, she says, "MABW, in this video, you definitely sound black pill. You have a lot of rage, and it's funny in some cases. But now it has reached a dangerous head." You know how the words they use to make the shit sound like a bigger deal than what it was. There's no need for insulting. There is no need for the insulting terms to women. I'm valid in everything I said. Deal with a dissenting opinion. Um, Okay, far as black pill, some of my shit sound black pill because I know a lot of my shit sound black pill, but I reject the black pill completely. I don't subscribe to like the what would you call it nihilistic shit. Um, Orlando says one of the chicks I used to hook up with and wanted me to wife her told me that her husband wouldn't mind if we kept fucking as long as she didn't get pregnant by me. That's diabolical. Oh, that's crazy. Look, y'all want to know a funny story? I was actually in a relationship and I found out the chick was cheating, and I actually didn't care. I think because I just didn't care about her that much. I was just complacent in the relationship. I'm just like, as long as you don't bring me home, no STDs. Or I think I said, well, uh, I forgot what I said. I don't think I said, as long as you don't bring me no STDs. What did I say? I mean, that relationship was just on its way out. But I remember specifically saying, "Oh, look, I don't care." I just didn't care at that point. Just keep fucking them. Just stay out my hair. Just stop nagging me at home. Damn, go fuck your side piece or something. Leave me alone. Let me play the game. It do get to a point in a relationship where you genuinely just don't care. Oh, you fucking somebody else? Okay. Back to the video game. So let's see. He says, I'm actually engaged and you sound black pill. The argument wasn't any of what you're saying. The argument was that don't police women's sexuality by using insults to insult and guilt. Yet most men are the cobblestone and the pavements. Well, most men aren't the cobblestone and pavements because most men don't have the options to be in the streets like that and fucking all these different women. He's calling women who do this invaluable when there are several women who had. Well, let's discuss that real quick, and then I'm gonna get off here. Let's discuss that real quick. Let me see who watching on Rumble. That's crazy. All right. Okay, invaluable. Is a woman with a high body count an invaluable human? No, I ain't gonna say that. That's taking it too far. Too far. You know, she could be a great friend, donate at the soup kitchen. I mean, no, she's not just an invaluable, worthless piece of garbage human being, but just most men aren't going to be interested in taking her serious in a romantic relationship. But anyway, she said, when there are several women who have had multiple sex partners and are in marriages, being in a marriage doesn't, I mean, what is that? There's a bunch of people in shitty marriages where the woman treats the man like shit and doesn't respect them and they're just staying for whatever reason. Like that's not a flex just to say you're married just to be married. Now being in a good functional marriage, that's a flex. I think she used the wrong word then. Invaluable. Well, yeah, I think she used the wrong word then. But anyway, uh, I'm sure MABW pinned this in order for people to try to choose violence towards little old me. Oh, now it's little old me. She was talking big and tough, and but now it's just little old me. You see how quick they turn the victim when somebody get on their ass? Little old me. But I'm not gonna go back and forth after this. I really ain't. Okay, lady. God bless you. She's triggered because she got a high body count. Oh, I gotta read this one comment. Somebody replied to her. Oh, this dude. He says, being engaged don't mean you don't have a high body count. What does you being engaged to a simp ass dude have to do with said topic that was originally said? From doing that alone proves you're not a good woman. You'll be divorced soon, and we all know you're gonna be the one to initiate it. Alrighty then. Wait, y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, how others treat you is their karma. How you treat others is your karma. Be nice to people because God's watching. And remember, I'm a nice guy. I just play asshole on the internet, and I've never done anything remotely wrong my entire life ever. Keep your blood sugar and your blood pressure down to keep the Reaper from coming around. Make sure you get your yearly checkup so Satan don't catch up. I'll catch you guys later if I feel like coming back on. God bless. Good night.